Yeah. What's good? What's good? You already know the vibes. You already know what type of time I'm on. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving out there. But we are back to business per usual, doing what we do. We got that Get the Strap game recap on deck. Let's have some people get up in here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Bill Hawk, what's up? Stay focused. What's up? Hus Vision, what's up? Austin, what's good? JR, what's good? Yes. Hope everybody's feeling good out there. Holiday weekend. Hopefully, if y'all went Black Friday shopping, y'all made it back safe. Let me see. Let's see. Yes. What I want to see right here. That's what I want to see right there. What's up? If you're just pulling up, make sure you hit them likes. What's good? Oh, I forgot, yo. It's mad late for y'all. It's mad late for y'all out there. What's happening? What's up, Dom? Lisette, what's up? Raiders 805. Stay on YouTube. Daniel Kim, what's up? Death Star 707, what's up? Where's the strap? Nah, I ain't damning on that. I ain't flashing the strap all on the net like that. But just know, it's on deck, okay? You heard me? It's on deck. I need to clean up a little bit around this motherfucker too. Oh, damn. Beer bottles from fucking 2012 out this bitch. Let's clean some of this shit up. Slow feet don't eat. What's up, man? Feel like I ain't seen you in a minute. Henry Simmons, what's good? Uncle Tony, what's up? Brian Rodriguez, what's up? Caesar, what it is, what it do? DeMarcus, you already know that. Robert Penner, I don't know what's wrong with you. What kind of shit you on? I be flashing like them youngsters. I don't be doing shit. Cariota out there making plays. Facts. For 35 years old, G-Jack still is fast. Yeah, fast enough. Honcho, no McPoison this morning. Nah, yo, I'm off that, yo. I can't eat McDonald's for like months right now, yo. I'm going into the workout phase and diet phase of my life, getting right for the summer now. I'm already on it. I haven't heard anything about Mullen. Turkey tasted better yesterday. I ate before the game, so did I? Oh no, I think I ate right before halftime, I guess. Going to the Washington game, that's what's up. That should be a good game for us. I think that's a good matchup for us. Knock Andrew, what's up? Carr came out and tried to redeem himself. I mean, the Derek Carr talk has to stop, man. It has to stop at some point. At some point, you just got to accept he is what he is and he ain't what he ain't. And you either support him or you don't. Don't play the fence. Pick a side and stay there, yo. Pick a side and stay there. I can't deal with all right, for this week, I'm not going to. But he got to show me again. Like, come on, yo. Stop it. We got to cut it out. Man. Pick a side and stay there. I think LeBron James is not better than Michael Jordan. No matter how many championships he's winning, he's not going to be better than Michael Jordan. That's my position. I stay there. All right? I'm not going to be like, well, this week he proved me. No. My narrative stays the same on things. So, pick a stance and stay there. We shouldn't have to talk about it every week. I don't care about how you feel. I'm not tripping. What I'm tripping on? What am I tripping on? The Mexican werewolf. That's a funny name. Appreciate the super Henry. Such a big difference, in my opinion, from yesterday and the previous 3 games. What's the deal? I mean, I think you saw a team that was back against the wall, nothing to lose, everything to gain, and they came out there and played as a unit. But I think there's certain things that we got to be able to take from that game that people don't want to talk about. And this is what I've been saying. I made a video this week, maybe Monday or Tuesday, that the defense was getting the pass. The defense is not as good as everybody thinks it is just because it's better than it was last year. It doesn't mean it's a good enough defense to win a playoff game. Doesn't mean it's a good enough defense to win a regular season game. It's just better than it was last year. And some people think that because it's better than it was last year, it's good enough to win games. It just doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, because even if they were better than they were last year, the offenses we're playing are still better than they were last year. So you didn't gain no ground. You have to be an exceptionally good, well-rounded defense, meaning you have to be able to stop the pass when you need to stop the pass. You need to be respectable against the run, and you need to be able to tackle the ball carrier. Yesterday, we sucked at tackling. You're right, Honcho. Watermelon is overrated, and I stand by it. Yo, that's what I'm saying. Just because you go find a good watermelon, it doesn't change the stance. Just stick to it. Although I do like watermelon. Defense got work yesterday. Defense has constantly got worked when we played a competent quarterback. Understand what I'm saying? Defense didn't look good against Dak Prescott. Good quarterback. Defense didn't look good against Pat Mahomes. Good quarterback. Defense didn't look good against Justin Herbert. Good quarterback. Yeah, we looked decent against Justin Fields. Yeah, we looked decent against Jacoby Brissett. Right? We look decent in those games. But this defense is not where it needs to be for people to be saying the defense is doing their job. The defense isn't doing their job, because the job of the defense is to not let the offense score. And some of you guys are so happy that they're giving up 3 points instead of 6 that you're not even understanding that. Well, damn, they shouldn't even have gave up 3. Every drive shouldn't be 3 points. Every drive shouldn't be 3 points. Hayward was getting torched yesterday. And imagine if that was Amari Cooper or CeeDee Lamb. And this is what I've been trying to tell y'all. Is that as good as Casey Hayward is, he hasn't even been tested yet. Still. Yesterday he was going against somebody. Hey, come on, man. This defense is not what y'all giving it credit to be. Even Lamar ran all over us, yes. And Lamar wasn't going to throw all over us because he's not that great of a passer. Kingsley. Who is that? Hold on, y'all. I'm about to hold on. King. These kids wild. And I don't want to do the whole Derek Carr argument today, because obviously we can tell that the people who are down on Derek Carr are not going to wake up this morning and have much to say. But think about this, right? I think we all would agree that Derek Carr played a great game yesterday, right? I would say that almost even the Carr haters would say Derek Carr played a great game yesterday. And even as great a game as Derek Carr played yesterday, it still took overtime to win, right? So when you talk about how good Derek Carr was yesterday, and we still almost lost that game. Derek Carr played good against Baltimore. We still almost lost that game. Derek Carr played good against Miami. We still almost lost that game. So this is the argument I'm having with people that think it's, oh, you guys just love Derek Carr, the person, more than you love the team. And you guys got to stop the shit. At the end of the day, even as great as Derek Carr played yesterday, just like everybody said he did, we still almost lost that game. What more can one person do to secure a victory? Right? Ray made the point the other day. Now the Raiders are 6-0 when Derek Carr throws for 300 yards. Right? They're 3-0 in overtime games this year. So when you talk about Derek Carr doesn't have a killer instinct, Derek Carr doesn't have a winner's mentality, how do you explain 3-0 in overtime this year? How do you explain 6-0 when he throws for 300 yards? And the argument be like, well, this is one game. What about the other 8 years? Well, let's take a look at it. How many games in the last 8 years has Derek Carr played good and they lost? I would say quite a few of them. So if your argument is Derek Carr has to be great or he sucks, then hey, have at it, man. Have at it. But logical thinkers will tell you that as great as Derek Carr played yesterday, we still almost lost that game. So how can you put losses on Derek Carr? Like it really doesn't make sense. Dallas threw for 373 yards. And I remember talking to Ray last week about the run defense. He said, well, the pass defense hasn't really been killing us lately, but because we haven't gone against that many passers. All right. Now, I will say our offense still struggled on third down. I think they were 3 of 13 yesterday. Not good. Not good. Not good at all. But I also told y'all yesterday before the game, I said Derek Carr would have a good game. I said Derek Carr wouldn't throw a pick. And it turned out to be true. And I think it like I said, it starts and ends with Derek Carr. Derek Carr has to play good in order for us to win. But it doesn't mean just because we lose, it's because he didn't play good. I think that's where the misconception is and the disconnect is with the people who like Carr and don't like Carr. We all agree that Derek Carr has to play great for us to win. That doesn't mean that if we lost, it means he didn't play great. You know what I'm saying? Raiders 209. What's up with it? Appreciate the soup. I love my Raiders. Doesn't mean I need to love the fans. Hey, I ain't mad at you for that. I ain't mad at you for that. Way too many penalties on that offensive line. Way too many penalties in general. Way too many times we're out of phase in coverage. But at the same time as praising Derek Carr for Derek Carr having a great game, I think we got to give some credit to Josh Jacobs. I think we saw yesterday the real impact of that offensive line just not being that good. And you can't look at Derek Carr's success and always put that on, well, the line must be good if Derek Carr threw for almost 400 yards. That's not necessarily the case because Derek Carr can control how fast he gets the ball out of his hand. Derek Carr can control when they're blitzing 8 or 9 guys to go to a hot route, right? He controls that. Josh Jacobs doesn't get to control pretty much anything. He gets the ball and he's getting touched in the backfield almost every play. Offensive line is not very good right now. And I think you got to give Josh Jacobs credit because you could see that he wasn't healthy. You could see him wincing in pain almost every time he carried the ball, and he gave us some big carries yesterday. So I think we got to give a little credit to Josh Jacobs. I thought he played tough yesterday, and that's what we need. I think he had 87 yards and a touch. He probably would have had another touchdown if he didn't drop that pass. But I thought Josh Jacobs played a hell of a game yesterday. I thought Josh Jacobs played a hell of a game for what he's working with up there. All right, Jeffrey, I'm about to smoke your boots. Hancho you was down talking Carr though on the last live, my G. Come on, I've been saying this. I give Carr the last season, and after that, I've never talked down on Derek Carr. What are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, Jeffrey? You wake up drunk? You wake up drunk? You must got me confused with somebody else. I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. Please elaborate on me talking down to Carr by me saying what Carr needs to play better. He did need to play better against the Giants. You disagree? He did need to play better against the Bengals. You disagree? He did need to play better against the Chiefs. You disagree? Now, if you woke up drunk because you drank a little too much last night, I'll give you a pass. But don't come on here talking out your ass, okay? We don't do none of that over here, okay? We keep it all the way funky all of the time. Nobody's going to come up here. Hancho said to switch quarterbacks. I never said switch quarterbacks. Y'all don't understand. Like, if I did a video said, should the Raiders move from Derek Carr? First of all, it was a question mark, right? And that's me engaging with the subscribers, engaging with the public. And me saying the Raiders should move on from Derek Carr. If you watch the video, it was to the point of nothing to do with Derek Carr, his skill set, or his talent. It was to do with the fact that you stupid fans out there that think Derek Carr sucks and that's why the Raiders are losing, they should move on from Derek Carr just to prove to you that Derek Carr is not the issue. I don't understand if that went over your head and you thought that I was saying we should get rid of Derek Carr. Let me explain to you, young boy. Move on from Derek Carr so you can see the real problems with this team, because Derek Carr is not allowing y'all to see that. That's what move on from Derek Carr meant. Okay, I don't know, like, if all your brain molecules is not functioning correctly. Okay, I don't know what you got going on. All right, but at the end of the day, you have never heard me say Derek Carr should be replaced. Ever. Why am I even engaging with them? Because I like to explain. I like to tell people what it is. Because whether you like or dislike me, I think you should dislike me for the right reasons, not for something you misunderstood. So if we're gonna have a beef or we're gonna have some type of problem here, let's have a problem under the same circumstances that we know what we're talking about. All right. Like I've always argued that Derek Carr could get it done here. But I've also said that at times Derek Carr needs to play better. I was at the Giants game. Derek Carr didn't play well against the Giants. Derek Carr didn't play well against the Bengals. So I don't know. I don't know. Where would you improve the defense first? I would improve, even though Jonathan Hankins had a good game yesterday, I would improve with you need some interior D-line help. You need something in the interior there. I think you need more of a stud there. I thought Hankins played well. And then I would have to go get me another safety. Another safety that is more competent in the passing game. I know you want a strong safety. I would play a too high safety look for me. I play too high safety. I'd have a strong safety and a free safety. My strong safety would have to be able to play in the box. But if I wanted to go cover 2 or cover 4 or cover 5, whatever the case is, I still need a safety who can cover. Right now, we don't have that. We have one safety that can cover, and then we have Abram. So that's what I would do. Obviously, you need to address corner. Guys, there's holes all over this defense. No matter where you go first, it's not going to really help us overnight because there's so many problems with this defense. Casey Hayward is our best cornerback, and to me, he's not elite. Now you can go to all the PFF stats you want. You can go to how many passes he's given up without a touchdown. At the end of the day, if Casey Hayward's not getting all that many throws his way because the other side of the ball is so much worse. I mean, yeah, if you had Faison out there and Hayward, of course I'm going to throw to Faison. If you got a Meek out there and Hayward, of course I'm going to throw to a Meek. So at the end of the day, I don't know if it's because Casey Hayward's all that good or it's just because our other corners are really bad. I don't think Abram is strong in the box as far as being a safety, but he's not versatile enough for me. As a defensive guy, as a defensive coordinator, I need my safety to be able to do two things. You can't just be a one-trick pony for me. I don't think Abram is big enough to play actual linebacker. Like he's light. I mean, him and Littleton. You see what happens to Littleton. Littleton makes a tackle and he gets driven back. David, appreciate the super. Can we all agree Brandon Parker is horrible and Micah Parsons is a beast? Wish the Raiders could have drafted him. Keep up the good work, Young Hans. Appreciate you, David. I would agree on all things. Brandon Parker is horrible. Horrible. And Parsons is a beast. That's a fact. That's a Fendi. Rated Tape in the chat. What's up, my boy? Abram is liability and coverage or forcing the box. Yeah, but I would much rather take the other side of it. I think the Raiders are getting hurt way more by look. Abram is a beast in the box, but yet we're still terrible against the run. Right? We would agree. We would agree with that. So, in my opinion, I probably would rather have a safety who can play the pass because he looks really bad in coverage. Really bad in coverage. And to me, that's coaching as well. I think that's coaching as well. As a coach, you got to stop putting players in positions where they're not good at. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be somebody who can cover better. I guess Teamer getting thrown out the game hurt us. Because, I mean, he has to be better in coverage than Abram. They played Abram at too high yesterday. It don't matter what coverage they play him in. If he's in coverage, he's going to look bad. Period. End of discussion. End of discussion. That's just point blank period. If they put him in coverage, he's going to look bad. Let me. Okay, I got you. I'm gonna send my boy the link. Yo. We're gonna get somebody up in here right now. Let's get somebody up in here. Oh my God, this is so whack. I still can't get on fucking. Oh, I think I got some email already. They must see some and Levitt. That shit, wow, he be getting burned. Yeah, they all get burned. Hold on, guys. Let me just see something real quick. Let me see. Don't forget to check out RaiderHoncho.com, man. 40% off Black Friday all the way until tomorrow, yo. I hope this is you, bro. I don't know if this is your email. I hope this is your email. If not, I'm sending the link to some random poo-put. And the thing is that and the defense is going to take what's name is not the guy. Gillespie at the 2 high safety. I agree with that. I mean, that's what they act like they was bringing him in for. I think that Gus Bradley's just not the guy, y'all. And I know everybody was excited to get him. He was probably in my 3 options. He was probably one of my 3 options in the offseason. But he's definitely not the guy. He doesn't play the type of defense that I like. I don't think he plays the type of defense that's conducive or effective with the players we have. And it's just not productive against the way the NFL plays these days. You know what I'm saying? Dustin, appreciate the super. Hankins needs some love. He was blowing up that O-line. Yeah, I said it, yo. I said it. He appreciate the super, but yeah, he played well yesterday. With that being said, I still think that we would have to address interior D-line. I thought Solomon Thomas played well too. But at the end of the day, guys, I think the narrative needs to be for all those, for the Carr naysayers that try to make the Carr supporters. This is what I don't understand, right? We're Raiders fans. Derek Carr is the quarterback of the Raiders. Derek Carr is a good quarterback. Why do I have to be felt made like? Why do I have to be made felt like there's something wrong with me for supporting the quarterback of my team? I don't understand that. That's the part that really be getting me. It's like, why are you trying to make me feel or look a certain way because I'm supporting the quarterback on the team that I'm actually rooting for? That game shouldn't have been in overtime yesterday. That game shouldn't have been in overtime. And I will say there was a couple 4th downs that I would have went for as a coach. I would have went for. I think that we were a little too conservative. But hey, we got the dub. You said it, bro. Not all Raider fans are smart. I'm not gonna say that, but I do say a lot of Raider fans don't know a lot about football. That might be fans in general. Yeah, but Versace ain't going for nothing, yo. He a special teams coach. He trying to have their special team boys on the field. I don't like our run defense. I don't like our defense in general. I just don't like the scheme. Chance, what's up? I just don't like the scheme, yo. I don't like the scheme. I really don't. Carr is good, just not elite. We all support him until we can get a better quarterback. Yeah, but that's not. I think that's the Honcho Mafia shirts should still be on the website. They just might not be on the first page. And if not, just shoot me an email at it's raiderinfo@yahoo. We'll find a way to get it to you. It's not that I don't like the narrative of we just got to support him until we find somebody better, because you can't tell me how many quarterbacks are better. Right? I think our quarterback yesterday put us on his back. And let's not forget, like, everybody's like, but that was one game. That was one game. That was one game. Motherfucker, we was 5-2. We was 5-2. So how can you say it was one game? You would say that out of all the years that Carr's been quarterback, like, what do you mean it's one game? What about the whole 2016 season? What about his second year in the league when he threw 32 touchdowns and 10 picks and we still only won, what, 4 games? 6 games? I think yesterday proves that no matter how well Derek Carr plays, we can still lose every single game, considering he's 3-0 in overtime this year. Those could have been, all 3 of those could have been losses, even though we'd agree in all 3 of those games he played really, really well. So to me, it just doesn't make sense. Skip Bayless looked like he was smoking that Sherm. I don't know what's wrong with him. Amik had a great play on that tight end. Absolutely. I'm still not happy with Carr. What's going to make you happy with Carr? What do you want to be, black? What do you want to be? Faster? What do you want to be? Taller? What are you not happy with? Look how Dak Prescott didn't look all that great yesterday. I wonder if it's because he didn't have his 2 starting wide receivers. You can argue that. You can argue that. We played a team that didn't have their starting 2 wide receivers. Ezekiel Elliott is banged up. And yet we still had to go into overtime to win that game. How can y'all be pointing any fingers at the quarterback? We never know which car is going to show up. We never know which team is going to show up. Like, I just think that you guys are nitpicking things to just fit your narrative and your argument of what you want to have, like what you want it to be. Like the guy, like let's just talk about some of the things. Let's just talk about some of the things. Let's just talk about it. Derek Carr is the 5th quarterback in NFL history to reach 30,000 passing yards in his first 8 seasons. Oh, stats don't matter. The Raiders are undefeated when Derek Carr throws for 300 yards. Stats don't matter. Right? Raiders offense tied the 2018 Chiefs for the most passing plays over 20 yards with 58 through 12 weeks. But he only dinks and dunks. Check down, Charlie. Stats don't matter. I mean, I just don't understand what it is that you guys are not seeing. Does Derek Carr have bad games? Yes, he does. Every player has bad games. I just don't know why you think it's so easy to replace him. That's all. That's all. So we'll bring up all Derek Carr stats, right? Derek Carr is essentially a top 10 quarterback at every stat almost for every year of his career. He has the most come from behind victories out of any quarterback since he's been in the NFL. Right? And you guys will say the stats don't matter. When you bring up those stats to say, well, what has Derek Carr done? Well, Derek Carr has just played at a high level every year of his career. He just doesn't have wins. And you'll say the stats don't matter. But you'll tell me Deshaun Watson is better when all he has is stats because he don't have many wins. Now, I already said I'm not defending Derek Carr. I'm defending logic. Eric, appreciate you. I just want to know how it makes sense to y'all. Because I'm not stupid. I told you, I'm in college, I have a 3.8 GPA. I'm not stupid. Help me understand your point of view when you say, like, what has Derek Carr done in 8 years? Like, let me ask you something, right? Let's say, I know a lot of you don't watch NASCAR. I don't watch NASCAR either, but just follow me here. Follow me here for a second. Just follow me here. Just follow me here. You have a NASCAR, a driver in NASCAR. They have a car. They have a pit crew. The pit crew is responsible for the gas, the tires, the brakes, all the stuff that keep the car moving. The driver just drives the car, right? Now, you mean to tell me that, and understand, there are pit crews that are really, really good. There are really good pit crews, right? Now, let me ask you a question. If you took a really good driver and a really good driver, and they're in the NASCAR, Daytona 500, one of those drivers has the best pit crew, or just a really good pit crew. The other driver has a really bad pit crew, but they're both really good drivers. You don't think the driver with the bad pit crew is going to be affected and probably not beat the other driver who has the great pit crew? Because the good driver with the bad pit crew, he can't get his tires changed as fast. He can't get the gas in as fast. They can't put the bolts in really quick. They can't get them in and out of there to get back on the road. And the other driver is just as good, but he has a really, really good pit crew. Really good pit crew. So that's the situation for me with Derek Carr. Derek Carr is a really good driver, but his pit crew is not that good. So when you have Ryan Tannehill, better pit crew, Josh Allen, better pit crew, Russell Wilson, better pit crew, of course I can see them having more success in the sport because they have the better crew around them. How does that not make sense? How does that not make sense? Derek Carr is just as good a driver as 90% of the NFL. We'll give you Tom Brady. We'll give you Aaron Rodgers. But outside of that, Derek Carr is just as good a driver as everybody else. But his pit crew's not that good. Meaning his receivers, his offensive line, defense, coaching. So why do we put it on the driver? If I was a NASCAR driver, my pit crew was the worst pit crew in the damn NASCAR, whatever they call it. Nobody would be like, well, he should win more. Well, how good is his car? And how good is his pit crew? No matter how good he is as a driver, how good is his car and how good is his pit crew? But since we're talking about Derek Carr and we're talking about the pit crew, it's only right that I bring in one of the homies for my crew, and that's the man from the West, Big Dog, Young Boy Bull, ready to tape. What's up with it, my boy?
You already know what time it is, boy. Hey, man, I couldn't even go. I couldn't even get on yesterday, man. I knew I was going to act a fool. I couldn't even get on yesterday. I was for the act of fucking donkey.
I know you was.
Boy, man, I'm happy and mad at the same time. It's crazy. I'm feeling all sorts of different emotions. I don't even know what to feel right now.
Yeah. I mean, I just let me ask you a question, right? I'm gonna just start here, right? I'm gonna start here. We both know you support Derek Carr. I support Derek Carr. I think, but bigger than that, I think we both support logical arguments. We both respect facts and evidence over feelings, right? Over passion. We like to go with what's actually there, not what I think is there, but what's actually there. What do you take away from everybody agreeing that Derek Carr played a great game yesterday, and yet we still had to go into overtime to win it? What does that say, not just about Derek Carr, but the makeup of this team? Oh, you muted. Hold on. You muted.
We couldn't even close out a game. The run game was ass. Run game's been ass all fucking year. I've been saying it every single week. The run game is ass. The defense. I mean, shit, you just made a video, what, a few days ago?
Yeah.
33 fucking points, and we end up in overtime.
Yeah.
When the Chiefs have the worst defense in the league. Stop them motherfuckers to 9 points? And we get 33?
Yeah.
Where's the logic? I'm just wondering, where's the logic? I'm trying to figure out where's the logic in that. I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm not even talking about quarterback right now.
Yeah. The defense to me, and this is what I told people. I think we've had this conversation. Bend but don't break sounds good until it keeps bending until it's broken. And that's what happens. Like, this defense is not all that good. And I try to tell people that, and now they're starting to see it.
JPTV says Jacobs ran for 87 yards and a touchdown. Stop it. Do you realize the touchdown he got, how he got into the 5-yard line for him to rush it in? Do you not realize that? Like, y'all must be fucking brain dead at this point. Y'all ain't watching the game. Like, bruh, dude rushed 22 fucking times and was still ass. Still didn't break 100 yards.
But I will say, to be fair, I think Jacobs rushed. I thought Jacobs played well yesterday. For what we've been seeing, let's keep it in perspective, right? From what we've been seeing, he played like better.
Ass.
No, but listen. No. I think that you would have to agree that Jacobs' production or lack thereof is an indictment more on that offensive line. He's getting touched in the backfield every time he gets a handoff.
You're making excuses.
How you figure?
You're making excuses. I'm using everybody's logic right now, brother. I'm using everybody's logic. You're making excuses. You're making excuse. That's an excuse, is it not?
No, it's a fact.
He dropped a pass. He dropped damn near a fucking 30-yard pass. You take a first-round running back in the draft, and he's not even all around. He's one-dimensional. He doesn't have speed to bounce outside. He's dropping passes 30 yards downfield. He's missing blitz pickup assignments. What else do we need to fucking see? That's a first-round draft pick.
So
you're averaging less.
Did you always think he was ass?
Definitely not.
So then there has to be a reason for that.
Definitely not. But I don't want to make excuses. I don't want to make excuses. I can't do it.
I can't. Jacobs had some big runs for us yesterday, though, for sure.
I can't.
That was a big drop. But Jacobs had some big runs for us yesterday.
Look, it's third. What was it? 3rd and 1.
Yeah, but look where he got touched at, bro.
Look, brother, excuses.
It's not an excuse.
Excuses.
Because this is what I say, right?
If Carr is getting sacked in the backfield, that's an excuse. He should have fucking figured it out. He should have did a backflip.
I see what you're doing.
I'm not doing this, bro. That's a damn excuse.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. How many times was Derek Carr sacked yesterday? 3 times?
3 times.
He got sacked 3 times. And we actually saw some plays where Derek Carr avoided getting sacked. And he probably
multiple times.
And he probably got touched yesterday more than I've seen him get touched in a lot of games. So my point being, Raiders 805, you're not understanding sarcasm, first of all. My point being is that as much times as that Dallas defense was in the backfield, it would make it hard for any running back to get positive yards yesterday. Whether it's an excuse or not, that's a fact. 3rd and 1, Bro, I think Josh Jacobs got hit 4 yards into the backfield before he even got loose.
Yeah.
So, look, we can say what we want. Derek Carr was sacked 3 times,
Yeah.
right? He was hit a lot more. He was pressured a lot more. And when you think of Josh Jacobs getting touched in the backfield, you got to put some of that blame somewhere. Running backs shouldn't get touched in the backfield. Right now, I will put the drop on Jacobs and the speed and all of those things, but there was a time when Josh Jacobs wasn't getting touched in the backfield. I don't know, maybe we had a Gabe Jackson, maybe we had a Rodney Hudson, maybe we had a few other pieces that we don't have no more. There was a time when Josh Jacobs could get 2 yards when we needed it. So we got to start looking at it in proper context and perspective of Josh Jacobs can't be that bad. Yeah. He could be falling off, but he can't be that bad. Yep. And yesterday, I think, was another showing and another indication that offensive line is really struggling. And if I want to sit here and say the offensive line is good, I could find 20 plays that they did good. But at the end of the day, let's watch the whole game. Let's not pick out the plays they did well. Let's watch the whole entire game and understand that Josh Jacobs isn't given half a chance to even get out the backfield most plays.
Yep. No, I totally agree. And look, I was being sarcastic, obviously. Some people
I know, but people in the chat round up now. They didn't know.
Some people in the chat is just going way over their head. They just in their emotions.
They're like, yo, Raid is right. You need to listen to him.
Yeah, they getting Carmotional right now. That's all I like to call them.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's get to the super chat, though, Chaz.
Hey, Chaz, appreciate it, Superman. Great way to start this morning with the two best, Honcho and Raid, about to roll up and listen to these great minds. We also couldn't finish our drives with touchdowns. We settled for field goals. Yeah, I agree. But like I said before, and Ray brought up the drop with Jacobs, there's a lot of drives that we aren't finishing. And on the surface, it'll look like, 3 and out. Oh, we couldn't do this. But there are certain plays and penalties and things that are happening in between those possessions that are making it almost impossible for us to finish those drives. And that Waller fumble that should have been a fumble, that was
a fumble.
Yeah, it was definitely a fumble. But that's another indication of like, that's a drive that stalled out when it should have been a first down.
True.
And
exactly.
And I just think that people forget those type of plays when you go to the end and go to the box score and say, oh, we were 3 for 13 on third downs and this. And it's like, yeah, but let's not forget what was happening on those third downs. It's not all predicated and being responsible for one player. But yeah, I thought we should have finished more in the red zone. I thought Bisaccia should have been a little more aggressive. I said this on my live yesterday because you don't know how many chances you're going to get. 4th and 1, 4th and 2. I think you need to set the tone. If you're not applying pressure, you're feeling it. And I think they allowed Dallas to get back into the game, not necessarily because of plays, but because of our conservativeness and our unwillingness to take chances when you had Dallas on the ropes. You allowed them to be comfortable. You didn't dictate the pace. And I think that was a big reason why that game went as close as it did.
No, most definitely. You got to think about it like this also, which this is just my perspective. We still played like shit. We still played like shit. Our game was nearly the same. Did we not get more penalties than we ever get?
No, we got some. We piled them up at the worst times at the end of the game, bro.
And at that, and that's something you have to take in consideration. How many penalties did we get that became first downs, right?
Yeah.
And I have the number. Let me pull it up real quick because I just seen it a little bit earlier. We got 7 first downs from penalties.
Yep.
7 first downs off of penalties, but we went 3 of 13 on third down.
Awful.
That's terrible. That is terrible right there. So, I mean, I'm just trying to put it in perspective for people to just take a step back and understand. Just because you lose a game, just because you win a game, you have to look at everything. Our third down conversion is still trash. Awful. It's still garbage. So that right there didn't even change. And this is something we need to understand.
And you know what? And I'm glad you bring that up because when it comes to the point of Derek Carr, it's like let's really think about this, right? The reason why you guys are saying Derek Carr proved something is because we won. That's all. Yeah. Because if you really look at the game itself, he didn't play all that different than he's been playing. It's just certain plays went our way. If some of those pass interference calls don't get called for us, we're punting the ball. Yep. We're punting the ball, right? And when you think about everybody was talking about our red zone sucks, Derek Carr, our third down efficiency sucked, it's Derek Carr. Well, those two things continued to suck yesterday, and somehow Derek Carr is a hero. So what do y'all really do y'all really want? Y'all just want wins. We understand that. But just because you take an L doesn't mean you should point fingers in a place where it doesn't deserve to be pointed at. And I think that's the split right now in the Carr, anti-Carr and pro-Carr players, people is just that you guys only look at the wins and losses because now all of a sudden Carr is the man. He threw 1 touchdown. Yet I've seen us lose games where he threw 3 touchdowns and y'all say, oh, the stats don't matter. Okay, well, if the stats don't matter, then stop bringing the stats up to show how bad Derek Carr is, but then not accept the stats to really show you on the elite level he plays on. So I think yesterday the difference was we won the game.
Yep.
Had we lost that game yesterday, everybody would be pointing at third downs. Everybody would be pointing at red zones. So I think really the only difference between what happened yesterday and what happened the games we've lost is that we won. That's it.
Nope.
That's the only difference. Because like I said, we got bailed out with some of those penalties.
Yes.
We got bailed out with some of those penalties.
Yes, and I totally agree. I said it in the group chat, in one of our group chats that said, look, we're getting bailed out by penalties. This never happens. So now it's making us look somewhat more productive than what we usually do. And I don't know if maybe we could contribute that to taking those shots downfield with Deshaun Jackson in the game more. I mean, it was obvious he was getting way more snaps. Yeah. And that right there, I think definitely helped. Definitely helped in the long run. Definitely helped just putting the ball downfield early in the game. You notice when we came out, we did take a shot in the first drive. And I feel like that's what we need to do every single game. We need to come out and take a shot. You just can't come out flat, try to run it a couple times and throw a ball underneath. No, throw that thing deep. Throw it deep. Put some pressure on them and then help that game underneath open up. So I think that was definitely a better way to come out. But also right before the game, I don't know if you've seen the tweet, but it was saying there was some conflicting things with the play calling. They were going to try to change some things up. Something with the run game. And people were bringing up the run game, how, it looked better. We rushed more, blah, blah, blah. Well, if we don't get the penalties, we're not rushing more.
Yeah, I agree.
It's that simple. You get that penalty, the first play out after that penalty, boom, rush.
Yeah.
So you get all those penalties, and basically after every penalty, if we got 14, you're gonna if half of those are a rush, that's 7 more rushes than before. So if Jacobs is averaging 15 rushes a game and he gets 20 this time, well, it's probably because he got so many penalties that became first downs. You could just come out and rush the ball now.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
I think people just need to take a step back and actually look at the whole game and just not, oh, well, we won and blah, and then started rambling. You got to look at everything, every single number that's put out there. You have to look at the whole game. And me personally, I think the run game is still ass. And it is because of the offensive line. It's not because of Jacobs. I do like Jacobs. Obviously, I was being sarcastic earlier. But the offensive line is straight garbage. And it's been garbage since the beginning of the year. I said it in the offseason. I said it in week 1, 2, all the way up to now. It's garbage in the run blocking. It's garbage in the pass blocking. And it's that simple. You cannot expect your quarterback to go out there, whoever it is, and do something like 300 yards, 3 touchdowns every single game and to win behind that. Because you watch Jacobs, he can't even get past the line of scrimmage before getting hit. So you can't expect your quarterback to just feel comfortable standing in the pocket. And we've seen what happens when he does. He did it yesterday, and it looked good. But then you get them plays to where he gets a blindside tackle, and then it turns into a fumble, and it bounces our way, fortunately. But that's what the things that will happen. These are the kind of things that will transpire, and people aren't going to realize. If Carr just stands up in the pocket, doesn't let the ball go super quick, then you're going to start seeing plays like that. So,
and I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I know I got 2 points to make about what I saw yesterday as far as offensive line and stuff. You say Derek Carr getting the ball out quick, and I agree with that because I made this point earlier. A lot of people will look at it as like, well, the offensive line can't be that bad for Jacobs if Derek Carr is able to throw the ball. If Derek Carr's, the thing you have to understand is Derek Carr gets to control how fast he throws it. Josh Jacobs doesn't get to control anything. You got to understand, Josh Jacobs is 7 yards into the backfield when he gets a handoff. He's getting touched before he even gets to the line of scrimmage. That is the offensive line's problem. And I called it yesterday. They ran a play where the C gap was wide open, and I knew Derek Carr thought he could run to the C gap, but they were going to run a stunt with the backer to the C and slant the line to the strong side, which means the C gap was going to be closed and there was going to be no cutback lanes. The offensive line is just not that good to be able to play against defensive lines that are stunning and slanting and doing things like that. Another point that I want to make about everybody saying, well, you got to throw the ball to Deshaun Jackson this, and that's what the difference was. And why don't we always do that? Well, you got to understand, the Dallas Cowboys tried to play the Raiders based on rumors that they heard, meaning that, well, if you hit Derek Carr, it's not going to be good. If you touch Derek Carr, he's going to be scared. So what did Dallas do? They put 8-9 guys in the box almost the whole game. And it was one-on-one coverage almost the whole game. You can take those shots with Deshaun Jackson and Zay Jones when it's one-on-one. But you got to understand, most defenses will play a too high safety. Whereas that And since the offensive line is not that good, you're getting pressure on Derek Carr without sending 8 or 9 guys. So what's happening in most other games, why Derek Carr doesn't just throw it up like that all the time, because you usually have a corner underneath and a safety over top, and it makes it a little more dicey to just try to throw that ball up there for grabs and hope that it's a penalty. I think yesterday Dallas was so cocky that they thought, well, we got Parsons, we got this, we'll just get to Derek Carr. He won't have a chance to throw it deep. And I think Derek Carr took advantage of that, and Dallas didn't change it. They stayed in that front the whole game. And I think that was the difference in taking those shots downfield, is that the defense allowed that to happen. Derek Carr didn't do nothing different, right? We didn't do nothing different. At the end of the day, they weren't able to get to Derek Carr fast enough before he could launch the ball in one-on-one coverage. And I think if any team plays like that, Derek Carr and this team is going to find success.
No, most definitely. And I seen some people saying Colton Miller's our only decent offensive lineman.
He was getting smoked too.
He was getting beat. He's the one, because he gave up a sack, it turned into that fumble. That was the sack fumble on Colton Miller. So we got to take a step back and actually look at what the hell is going on. Like, we can't just go based off of what we hear or anything like that. Miller has given up sacks. He gave up a sack last week. Carr with his baby hands fumbled it, of course. I don't know how, but he still gave up the sack last week at the end of the game. He gave
the Giants game.
He gave up this one. So you can't sit here and say that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not. You can't want to get rid of a franchise quarterback and then defend shitty play from every other component across the board.
Yeah, and
like this is
like Raiders saying. Basically, what Raiders saying right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that if you're going to be overly critical of the quarterback, you got to be overly critical across the board. Like, you got to keep that same energy across the board. You can't just only want to be overcritical when it comes to him, but then be like, well, he was just making a play, or he was this, you got to be overly critical to everybody, not just one player. And I think that's what Raiders saying right there. SJ Raider, appreciate the super. What's up, fellas? Carr looked comfortable and was moving in the pocket. Thank you both. Appreciate the super. I think you're correct. I think Carr did look comfortable. But to me, I don't know, man. I just thought Dallas had the wrong game plan for the Raiders, man. I think on the surface, you would think Carr would have been panicked against the blitz, but Carr is historically one of the best quarterbacks against the blitz. So I'm not looking at him looking comfortable as like a sign of him turning the corner. I don't think Derek Carr's afraid of the blitz. I think Derek Carr is usually in a situation where it's like, where I want to go with the ball or I'm going to force it somewhere is what takes over his mind. And when you think about yesterday, you didn't have Darren Waller out there the whole game. Now you take away a guy he's going to force the ball to, and now he's really going to read the field. And I thought Derek Carr made a great play to Renfro down the middle of the field while holding that safety by pump faking all the way to the right, even though there was no receiver to the right. He held the safety there. I think Derek Carr plays a little more free when Darren Waller's not on the field. Not all the time, but sometimes I think he plays a little more free because he's not forcing the ball to anybody. He's just taking the reads and taking what they give him. So I agree, he did look comfortable, but I think Carr's always been comfortable against the blitz.
Yeah, I call that the intimidation theory. That's my thing. When a quarterback has a guy out there that demands the ball, not saying that Waller is screaming in his face like throw me the ball, but what it is the quarterback psychologically isn't really looking at other guys the way he should, the same way he would look at Waller. And an example of that, and I think Derek Carr is way better than Baker Mayfield, but if OBJ's on the field and Baker Mayfield's back there, Baker Mayfield doesn't know what the hell to do. Like at that point, he will see an open OBJ and he'll like miss him wide open because just in his mind, it's all messed up because OBJ on the field. That's why you seen the game, literally the game after they let go of OBJ, they go out and put up like 40 points, bro. And the offense was just going ham. But Baker Mayfield sucks anyways. But that was just kind of a theory of mine, is that when you have a guy that's that good, and then especially when the media is asking you questions like, oh, are you guys trying to get the ball to Waller more every single week, the last 3 weeks, then it's going to be on your psyche. But
yeah, I agree.
I think Carr played well even when Waller was in, though. So
he did.
I know a lot of people were saying, oh, you notice Carr started snapping when Waller. Well, he was snapping when Waller was in there.
Yeah,
he was getting Waller the ball. Waller's the one that fucking fumbled it, and we got so lucky and bailed out on that one that they didn't call it a fumble. So come on now, like he was playing fine the whole game. The whole game he was doing good. It wasn't because Waller went out or nothing like that. So this is how I seen it myself. I think even when Waller was in, he was balling.
Yeah, I agree. And I don't want it to make it sound like Derek Carr was playing better without Waller. Just from a standpoint, like you're saying, like if you're playing with LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, you tend to like just try to give them the ball and just watch them play basketball instead of you going out there to do what you can do. And I think it just freed up Derek Carr's mental of like, let me just, I've done this without Waller. Waller hasn't done it without me. I've been balling before I knew who Waller was. Let me just do what I do. I know how to play this game. But in the chat, let me explain something to you about when I say Derek Carr plays well against the blitz. You have to understand the term blitzing does not mean hitting the quarterback. The term blitzing doesn't necessarily mean I'm pressuring the quarterback. When I say Derek Carr is not afraid of the blitz, he's not afraid of a defense that's lining up, showing that they're going to bring more players than we can block. He's not afraid of that scenario. Does he want to get hit? No. If you get home with the blitzes, it's going to be a problem. But the idea of blitzing doesn't scare Derek Carr because he knows he's going to have matchups to take advantage of, matchups to exploit. So when I say Derek Carr's not afraid of the blitz, I'm not saying he's not afraid to get hit. We all know he doesn't like to get hit. I'm not saying he's not afraid of the pressure. I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's not afraid of the idea of blitzing because he already knows pre-snap, oh, I'm going to have options out here. I'm going to have situations to exploit. That's what I mean. Blitzing just means we're bringing more men than you can block. That's it. It doesn't mean we're ever going to get to you. Doesn't mean we're going to hit you. So the idea of blitzing Derek Carr doesn't scare him. Maybe hitting him does, but the idea of we're going to bring in 7 guys, well, cool, bring in 7. I got 4 or 5 wide receivers. You can't guard them now. So I'm just saying he's not afraid of that. And some of y'all don't understand that, but that's what I meant when I said he's not afraid of the blitz. And the stats show it historically. He has always been one of the best quarterbacks when they do blitz. Maybe not when he gets hit, but when they blitz.
Yeah. I don't think, some people kind of get those things confused. A hit on the quarterback, a pressure on the quarterback, and then facing the blitz. Those are all different things. You know what I mean? Just because someone blitz, like you were saying, just because someone blitz doesn't mean they got pressure.
No.
That doesn't mean they got pressure. Just because they blitz doesn't mean they got a hit. See, you don't even have to blitz. You can get pressure and a hit.
Exactly.
These are the kind of things, kind of terms we have to kind of understand.
And that's a great point that you said it, because I was just about to say the same thing. Look at the Raiders. Look at how much pressures that Max Crosby has and how many hits Max Crosby has. We don't blitz. Yeah. We just bring regular pressure and we get there. So don't think just because you bring pressure because you blitz, or because you blitz you got pressure. It doesn't always work like that. Good quarterbacks can beat the blitz, and I think Derek Carr has always been one of the quarterbacks that can beat the actual blitz.
I love this right here. My boy, this dude hate Carr. I could just tell the one JPTV. That boy, the one JPTV, he hates Carr. I could tell. He a Carr emotional. He definitely a Carr emotional.
What happened, yo?
He definitely.
I didn't even see it.
He said Carr's worried, if you ask me, so he's playing to win instead of playing not to lose.
He's supposed to play to win.
Brother, you just been bashing Carr the whole time and we won. And this is what I don't understand. We won the fucking game. Why are we bashing our quarterback? This is the only fan base they bash the quarterback after we fucking win a game. Like, this shit is ridiculous, bro.
Yo, I don't understand.
People have been calling me a fake fan for defending our quarterback.
Yeah, I don't understand.
So if a Cowboys fan is talking shit to me saying Dak is better than Carr, and I'm defending Carr and I'm saying, no, Carr's not that bad, I'm a fake fan.
I think everybody would agree that if there was a way to upgrade from Derek Carr, we all would be okay with that. Yeah. I think if you could find somebody to upgrade from Derek Carr, we'd be okay with that. I think the argument is that stop acting like there's 10 guys you can replace him with. Like there's not.
Carr was playing for his career because Mariota inserted and scored. Mariota was inserted before and he failed. He didn't score until the third quarter. What are we talking about? We were winning the whole game. Mariota got inserted and failed, and we're still winning. Mariota didn't score to the third quarter. Like, this is what I mean. Y'all got hate in your heart for your own team. It's weird.
Hate in your heart. That shit sounds crazy.
Like, I'm serious. You got, like, for your own team, bro, you hate your own team that much. Like, bro, that's crazy. Sad. That's sad.
Hey, Farrah from the East, appreciate the super. What's good, Rated Honcho? Can we officially announce that we are a passing team? Pass to set up the run. This coaching staff doesn't seem to realize. I mean, yeah, you might not want to accept it, but at the end of the day, we have become a pass first team, which is crazy because we don't really have a pass first roster, but we are a pass first team. And you know why? Yeah. It's because Derek Carr gives us the best chance to get yards right now. Derek Carr's arm and his mind is our best opportunity to get yards. I don't know why some of y'all mad about that, but he is our best chance. He is our team right now. I don't care what anybody says. Derek Carr put the team on his back yesterday, and it don't have to be just numbers. It's just the decisions he was making. The decisions he was making on the field put us in the best position to win yesterday. Obviously, it wasn't the defense, wasn't the running game, it wasn't the O-line. And you can say Deshaun Jackson all you want, but somebody got to get him the ball. So I just think that I do think we're a pass first team now. I don't know if it's ever going to set up the run because our O-line is just not that good, man. Not that good. But appreciate the super.
Shout out Farrell, yo. How you doing, Farrell?
All right, that's your peoples. Okay. Kobe, appreciate the super. Yo, Raider Nation. When Carr scrambles, call him Carriota. All right.
I'm gonna call him Derek Carr.
Yeah, I'm gonna call I appreciate the $5. We don't got no refunds, but
no, I feel him though. Call Carriota. I mean, hopefully, maybe, I'm not saying that it's not plausible, but I mean, with Mariota there, Derek Carr most definitely in his mind has to be thinking, I could do some of that shit Mariota doing out there. I can, and I'm finna show it. So I'm not saying it's not on his mind, but it's definitely, you got to definitely think about it as the quarterback, and you're like, okay, I can move a little bit.
I think Derek Carr has co-signed the idea of bringing Mariota. This is what I don't understand. Is that y'all think Derek Carr don't want to get hit? Well, if he don't want to get hit, don't you think he would applaud Mariota coming in and take the hits on the running play?
No.
Like, what do y'all want? Like, y'all want him to not want to get hit, but also want to run the ball. Like, I don't like pick a side and just stay there, bro. Y'all be all over the fence with it. Dwayne B said, "Can I get a Raiders? Hit him with it, Raid."
Raiders.
That's what it is. Appreciate you, man. Cool Zay. Appreciate the super. Told you Derek had to take charge of the plays. I agree, but I think we all gave Derek Carr a lot of credit for taking over play calling the minute John Gruden left. And then we tried to act like Derek Carr wasn't calling the plays when we were losing. So I don't know. I don't want to say who gets credit for the play calling and stuff like that. I think at the end of the day, I said it yesterday in the live, it starts and ends with Derek Carr. Derek Carr has to play great just to give us a chance to win. Doesn't guarantee us a win, but to give us a chance to win, Derek Carr has to be great. And he was great yesterday, and we still almost lost. So it lets you know right there. The proof is in the pudding right there.
T Baggins, if you go up for one more super chat, it was at an 8-4. It was at your time. It'd be 11:47 in the chat.
11:47 my time. I missed one. I got you. Hold on. I'm at 11:54. Damn, I gotta go way back. Yo, Raider Nation. Scrambles call him Carriota. Okay, I saw that one.
Yeah, green super chat. Your time, 11:47.
11:47.
TB.
I got you. I'm at 11:48.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you, Baggins. I seen you, bro.
I got you. I found it. See, that's why you gotta have the military on deck, man. They know how to get them timestamps.
No, I got that.
T Baggins, appreciate the super. DC did do something different. He stood in the pocket and didn't panic like every elite quarterback does. Also, James got to go. I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm not going to disagree with you at all with that. I do think at times I will agree that Derek Carr looks a little frantic in the pocket, but I think it's because, and I don't want to make an excuse. I'm just trying to explain to y'all what it's like to, like, when you play quarterback, you have an internal clock. And when you go to make your read and it's not there, you know the pocket's closing. You know you gotta, and you're trying to find that guy last second. And yeah, you might panic a little bit. I thought Derek Carr did a way better job of not just moving the pocket yesterday, but keeping his head up and eyes downfield and not being so concerned with, if I get hit right now, what's gonna happen. He extended a few plays. He had a bunch of broken tackles yesterday. So yeah, I agree with you, man. I thought Derek Carr played well in the pocket. Farrell from the East, appreciate the super stat of the day. Raiders are 6-0 and DC is over 300. Crazy stat. This says a whole lot about this team this season. The only thing crazier about that stat is that Raid the Tape tried to tell y'all that. He tried to tell y'all that, man.
Yeah.
Y'all was too busy being emotional, listening to R&B songs when it's raining outside. Y'all didn't want to listen to the man. He tried to tell you that, man.
I've been saying this all year, bro. I've been saying this all year. And it's crazy because they put the stat. I'm sitting there watching the game, and I swear, and they put the stat up, and I swear I was like, oh, they fucked up. I said, oh, they done fucked up. I had to go back, rewind it. I took a picture of it. I said, they fucked up, yo. They should have done that shit. I was ready to jump through my TV and take that damn graphic off the screen and just save it.
That's mad
I
funny,
was like,
bro.
I needed that, so I had to rewind and just take a picture of that.
That's what it is, man. Yo, you
That,
gotta
that
get props,
thumbnail.
man. You gotta pay your respects, yo. Hey, Daniel Kim, appreciate the super. Carr audible more than he did last 3 losses. This is where some fans don't understand that there aren't many QBs that can do that and do it well. I told you before, man. Outside of Peyton Manning, I think Derek Carr is one of the best pre-snap quarterbacks that I've seen in my time. I can't argue anybody before me. Just the quarterbacks I've seen, Derek Carr has been elite pre-snap. He hasn't always been elite post-snap, but pre-snap, he dissects a defense better than anybody. And you saw a lot more audibles yesterday because I think Dallas made it really easy. They didn't line up in certain looks and then at the snap of the ball get into their coverages. They let you know from jump, yo, we're lining up here. We're bringing 7 guys every play. And Derek Carr was like, oh, okay, we want to do that? I'm going to do this. And I think that we can't just give all the credit to the Raiders, even though we won the game. We didn't play that great. I just think Dallas just had the wrong game plan for our offense, man. They just had the wrong game plan. I thought they could have definitely disguised things more and played a little more zone. When you play that man coverage, cornerback is the hardest position to play in the NFL. So even if you're a good corner, look at Casey Hayward. Even if you're a good corner, that man coverage is hard. So if you're going to play man the whole game, you're going to get PIs, you're going to get beat, period. And they played that way for 4 quarters and overtime. So it's just a matter of time for Carr is a competent quarterback would figure it out and make some plays. But appreciate the super. I got a couple more rolling in. Shane, appreciate the super. Every win this season, Carr has been a deciding factor. Don't know why we hate him so much. I'm rooting for this team, and Carr is our quarterback. Gotta go. Oh, get on or get the F off. Yeah, I'm with it, yo. I'm with it. Pick a side. If you think Derek Carr's ass and you want to get rid of him, stay on that side even when we win. Even when we win. Because, I mean, damn, I don't understand the whole he like, okay, he showed up this week, but let's wait till he do next week. Why? Because next week might be a different situation. Like, you don't care about the team we play, how good they are, how bad our line is, how bad. You just say, well, if Derek Carr gonna win us a game or not, and every week he's on the chopping block. Like, nobody should. That's not how things work, man. That's not how things work. Kuze, appreciate the super. Derek calling for Diggs to press him. Yeah, that was crazy. Derek Carr, what are you going to do out there? What are you going to run a slant? Get your block knocked off? Jermaine, appreciate the super. Renfro, new name is White Lightning, stamped. I can't give him White Lightning only because he should have scored on one of those plays, I think. He should have scored on one of them, but he's the real deal, man. He's the real deal for sure. He's the real deal. So what do you got to say about how other players played? I know we've been very critical, especially you've been very critical about this receiving core or lack thereof. And what do you think? Do you think it was the receiver stepping up, or you think it's the same thing? We just had more success doing it yesterday. Like, do you think anybody's better than we thought they were? I know a lot of people are going to say, well, he didn't have no weapons, and now all of a sudden he got weapons. He should have been playing like this before. Like, what do you think happened yesterday with this offense and primarily those receivers that was the difference in yesterday's game?
I think yesterday the number one thing was the penalties. I'll be honest. It was the penalties, man. That gives you more plays. It gives you more plays at the end of the day. When you get 7 first downs off penalties, that's 21 more fucking plays.
That's a game.
That's 21 more fucking plays.
Minimum 21.
Yeah, minimum, right? Right? Unless you get a turnover, obviously, on the first down after the first, but you get what I'm saying. And that right there, people are like, oh, well, we ran the ball more, and that's why we won, because Jacobs got more touches, blah, 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 blah. He had a good game. And it's like you're deflecting. At this point, you're just deflecting. 22 rushes for 80 yards is garbage. I don't care how you chop. I don't care how you try to chalk it up. That's garbage. I need way more out of that. That's unacceptable. As far as the weapons and Zay Jones, Hunter Renfrow, Brian Edwards, Helm, and Morrow, we still don't have weapons. We still don't have weapons. I'm sorry. Renfrow is good. We've always said Renfrow is good. He's always been a good slot receiver. He had a good game yesterday. We could admit that. Brian Edwards, where was he? He's our wide receiver. Hold on. Who's our wide receiver one?
Hunter Renfrow.
I mean, come on. So our slot receivers are wide receiver one. Where is Brian Edwards? Where's he on the depth chart?
Yeah.
Where's Brian Edwards on the depth chart? If we
I don't like Brian Edwards' body language either, man.
That's all I'm saying. If we have weapons, where's Brian Edwards? But Deshaun Jackson, he is a weapon. He is definitely a weapon. And I like Deshaun Jackson. I definitely wanted to bring him in. I've been wanting him to get more snaps. Everybody has been saying, get this man more damn snaps.
Yeah.
And finally today he got, you know what I'm saying? Yesterday, he got more snaps, and I think the people are loving it. I think it showed out. And who started at wide receiver this fucking game? Who started at wide receiver? So don't sit here and try to tell me about some goddamn weapons, but the dude's getting benched.
Yep.
So quit playing with me, bro.
Yep.
Quit playing.
Yep. And you know what? And you know why? You know why Deshaun Jackson got more targets yesterday is because and more reps is because Dallas Cowboys kept playing man coverage. And we've already seen Bryan Edwards cannot get any separation in man coverage. Zay Jones can't really get no separation in man coverage either. So at the end of the day, this is why I think it's more of it just shows you what our quarterback can do, even when he's not given a lot, because everybody's going to say, well, when Darren Waller went out the game, Derek Carr played better. But even if that's not the true narrative, just look at that's another weapon that Derek Carr once again has lost and was still able to move the ball. And that's why I don't understand the criticism that he gets is because it's like, no matter what we take away from Derek Carr, he still finds a way to give us the best chance to win, even if it's not as good as you think Tom Brady would be, not as good as Aaron Rodgers, which is probably the only two quarterbacks you can name at this point, because Josh Allen looks like a bum. Tannehill looks like a bum. Russell Wilson ain't winning no damn games. Deshaun Watson's still trying to figure out a court date.
Russell Wilson, bro, 3-7 with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. But people want to go pay him $40-45 million a year to go play for the fucking Raiders.
Exactly. Cool Zay, Renfro. Oh, come on, you gotta read that one, yo. That shit looks Spanish.
Read that stupid. Who was that? Gorilla Stunk?
No, Cool Zay. It's in the chat already. I put it up.
Oh, he said Renfro La Flama Blanca. You two keep it up, bro. Yo, that boy, wow.
Appreciate the super, man. Appreciate the super.
The what? The white plane?
I don't know. Gorilla, I ain't dealing with the white shit, man. The white and black shit. Hey, Gorilla, appreciate the super. Miller got beat because that LDE left defense end was like 2 miles past the line of scrimmage. Our issues are at coaching, in my opinion. You could say it's coaching, but I'm a coach. If you ain't got all that much talent, no matter how good of a coach you are, there's only so much you can do. Look, sometimes, we always say this in coaching. Me and my coaches always say this. It's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Jimmies and Joes, okay? No matter how good the X's and O's are, if you ain't got the Jimmies and Joes to execute it, it don't matter. It don't matter. And you got to understand, top to bottom from this roster, this team does not have that much talent. You might want to believe it's talent because this is your favorite team, just like it's ours, but be logical with it. Not a lot of these guys will be starters on other teams. That's how we got them. Some of these guys were cut, and now they're starters for us. So you got to understand, which is why I didn't think this was a playoff of bust years. We don't have all the talent on the roster to put it on the coaching staff. Could the coaching staff be better? Yes, but we got to get some talent through these doors, and right now it's just not a lot of it. Damn, WXVE. Appreciate the super car push. The Nas button on that first down run. Great play to continue to drive. Yeah, that was a big play. That was a big play, man. That was absolutely a big play. And I just think that yesterday
they pushed the Nas button on it.
Yeah, he put the Nas too fast, too furious out this bitch. I thought that was a big play. I thought Derek Carr did play with a little sense of he had a little different confidence to me yesterday.
Yes, he did.
And no matter how much I like Carr, I can't sit there and say, well, he played just like that every single game. Carr didn't look like that against the Bears. Carr didn't look like that against the Giants. I don't think he played terrible against the Chiefs, but I can say that the Carr I saw yesterday looked like he had a little different confidence and swagger about him. And I think it probably helped that we had a short week. It didn't give him a whole bunch of time to let all this sink in. He had to go right to work the next day, probably that night, working on the Cowboys. So it'll be interesting to see what this long layoff. I think we got 10 days before we play again. Mm-hmm. It'll be interesting to see what type of state of mind or mind frame that Derek Carr will come in next game, because I think for sure he had a different confidence about him yesterday. Dustin, appreciate the super. Notice how Carr is almost the only quarterback that has to play damn near perfect to win, while other quarterbacks can play like shit and still win. Thoughts? I mean, you know our thoughts. Ray brought this up a week ago when we talked about the Seahawks versus the Packers, and I think Aaron Rodgers had a 26 QBR with no touchdowns and a pick and still won the game by 17.
17-0.
That's amazing to me. If Derek Carr had a 26 Q, Derek Carr had to play damn near perfect yesterday and we almost lost. Like, shit was crazy. Dustin, I can't, you know what I mean? You got to shorten your name up, though, bro. You got to just go with your first name, man. Hey, Sarkis, appreciate the super, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that boy
Appreciate it.
stupid. That boy said, "Great comment, Dustin."
Yeah, like because I can't read none of those shits.
No, but I seen somebody say, let me see, man, because someone's just out here just speaking wild, talking about. But my question is to you: how many bad games has Carr had this year? In
Like
your opinion? Yeah.
bad
Let me
games.
know. Let me know in the chat. How many bad games has Carr had this year? Let me know in the chat. Let me know right now.
Like a bad game. Like a bad game.
Like we lost because of him.
The Giants game.
Nate, like I want the chat to also comment on this. I want to see what the chat says. How many games did we lose because of Carr or because okay, Radio TG says 5.
And we're not saying, look, and we're not saying
so if Carr has a bad if Carr had a bad game, all 5 of our losses, are you basically saying that we cannot win unless Carr goes and balls out? I'm just like
which would indicate that the team is not that good.
It's not that good. Not that fucking good. This the logic here. It's just the logic here. I swear.
And this, and to your point, is like you can't. So we're 6-5 right now, and a lot of the chat is saying Derek Carr played bad in 1 or 2 games, which means that we lost 3 games, even when Derek Carr played good enough to win. If you go back to last year, we were 8-8. Derek Carr played good enough for us to win 11 games, factually, maybe more, but minimum we should have won 11 games last year based on how good Derek Carr played. The year before that, 7-9. Well, I know we didn't lose the Jaguars game because of Derek Carr, for sure, right? We didn't lose that Texans game because of Derek Carr, for sure. So it's like when you talk about what has he done in 8 years, all Derek Carr has done in 8 years is more times than not been good enough for us to win games. That's a fact. Cool Zay, appreciate the super. Denzel P deserves a contract extension. Raiders haven't had a middle linebacker in a while, and Casey Hayward also. Yannick went off. Let's go Raiders. Zay with that 2-tap. Yeah, but Zay can catch. The thing is Zay can't get no separation, but he can catch. He can catch. Derek Carr threw 1 touchdown yesterday. 1 touchdown, and and some people are acting like that's the Derek Carr I needed to see. What? Wait, like Derek Carr played a good game yesterday, but he's been playing good games. Like, but only want to focus on the 2 games he played. I thought he played bad against the Giants. I thought he played bad against the Giants. I would argue that he played bad against the Bears. Against the Bengals and the Chiefs, he might have had some bad moments, but I don't think he played an overall bad game. What you got there? You got that sun beaming on you?
You got that damn glare. Let me fix that real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I got you, bro. I got you leaving me out here like Derek Carr with no weapons. Hey, Pacey.
Chill out.
Pacey, appreciate. Pacey, appreciate. Yo, somebody said we look like Derrick Rose and Chance the Rapper, bro.
Yeah, what did they say? They said there was Raider Yankee.
Oh God, why you gotta bring up old shit, bro?
They said that was Raider Yankee or something like that, Honcho Yankee.
Yo, I don't think anybody gets more enjoyment out of me getting roasted than Raid. I don't know what it is. Raid enjoys it the most out of anybody when I get roasted, bro. Pacey, appreciate the Superman Cowboy fans mad about legit PIs, but we got robbed because of a bogus head bop penalty, which centers never get called for. Should have been over in regulation. Yesterday was the first game. Appreciate the super. Yesterday was like the first game I saw where, people say things are rigged. Yesterday looked like it was a controlled game.
Yeah.
When you looked at the penalties, when they were thrown, down and distance, situational. Yesterday looked like a game where it was like controlled by the refs, for better or for worse. It seemed like they knew how to keep this game close. I don't know if it's because it's Thanksgiving, national televised game, but this game looked a little janky to me in terms of when they were calling penalties. Like, even when that team fight broke out, it took them forever to even throw a flag. Like, they had to figure out, like, is this the best thing to do for this game right now, is to remove some people or add some entertainment value? It was just a weird-looking game to me, man. Yesterday was the first time I thought about that. Raiders don't get a lot of calls, and yesterday we got a lot of calls. And at one point, it was like we had 6 penalties to their 14 penalties, and then somehow we end the game with both having 14 penalties. Like, it was weird, yo. The shit just shook out weird for me. That shit was mad weird. What else I got up in here? I think I had another super.
Yeah.
What's this? Deadliest Warrior, appreciate the super. Hey, real quick, shout out to the standing section for repping the nation. Them cowgirls was salty after Shake My Head. Yeah. Shout out to anybody who showed up to Dallas and got it in, man. I wish I could be out there. But yeah, yo, shout out to the nation, man. We deserved that win yesterday. I'm glad that we got that win. And we got to stop this narrative. And I was saying this earlier, Raid, is that I know there's a narrative going around out here. I don't know who started the narrative. I don't know who's responsible for it. But there's a narrative going around that, like, if you support Derek Carr, there's something wrong with you. Like there's a like you're soft or you're a clown or like you're just putting him on a pedestal and
you're a Kardashian,
like he's not human. I don't think that that's accurate. I mean, look, he's the quarterback for our team. We're supposed to support him. But again, I will argue this to the death. I know for me, and I think I speak for Ray too, we're not arguing for the man Derek Carr. We're arguing against the illogical statements that are made against the man. Like, we know when Derek Carr doesn't play great. Me and Ray had a discussion where I thought Derek Carr played good against the Bengals, and he told me he didn't. Okay, we didn't call each other names. He didn't call me this, and I didn't call him that. Like, I accepted his logic behind it. The problem is that there's not a lot of logic coming behind why you want to replace Derek Carr, especially when you can say it and then one game changes your mind. What the damn? How serious could you be on that stance if one game could change your mind? Right? So I think we just got to get rid of that narrative. I support Derek Carr because he's my quarterback. I'm not out here supporting Baker Mayfield or Tannehill or when they get criticized. I don't care about them. I'm just backing up our quarterback that seems to be getting criticized more than on a different level than criticism is given around the board. We don't criticize the coaches as much. We don't criticize the line, the wide receivers, the defense. I think Gus Bradley is getting the biggest pass out. You know what? Matter of fact, to Ray's point, I think Tom Cable is getting a goddamn pass. And I know Ray got a problem with that because Tom Cable is responsible, the mecca, the guru of this offensive line. And the offensive line might be the worst part of our team.
I do not like Tom Cable, yo. All beginning of the season, Tom Cable was offensive line genius. It was this down the third. We drafted every single lineman on this offensive line. They've been developed by Tom Cable. Brandon Parker's been with Tom Cable the same amount of time Colton Miller's been with him. There's no excuses at this point. Also, Andre James has been as well. So no excuses. 2 first-round draft picks on the offensive line, and we're still struggling there.
To say the least.
I mean, and so at that point, you know, something needs to be brought up. Something needs to be said about that. And the main point to that is that we're not a passing team. We weren't built to be a passing team. It is that simple. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can't sit here and tell me and be like, oh no, we've always built to be a vertical passing team to spread it open, blah, blah, blah. No, we've always been a West Coast power running football team. That's what we've always been.
Well, I mean, let's keep it a buck. When all of us in Raider Nation thought we reached to get Alex Leatherwood, I had people telling me, well, it's because now we're going to be a power running team and he's a power running blocker and this. And I think, Ray, you might have been the only person saying that doesn't really fit when you watch the tape.
Yeah.
When you was watching it and you was coming back with the feedback, you was like, I don't really see that on tape. So, I mean, you can't act like we've always been a passing team when you literally drafted a lineman based on being a power football team. Yeah. Right? So, National Raider, appreciate the super. Carr should turn his anxiety in the pocket into motivation to be more mobile. His wheels are underrated, and he used them yesterday. Go Raiders. This is the thing. Derek Carr's speed is underrated. He's not a good runner, though. Let's kind of like he looked like his leg is gonna break when he runs, right? He has good speed.
The boy look like he's trotting, like he's like I'm like,
damn,
bro, that hurt. Does it hurt?
He got to be a good runner. You gotta be relaxed. Like your face should be moving when you're running. He's not a good runner, but he's got
moving
speed,
like a Roblox character out there.
Yeah, I don't want to see Derek Carr running the ball all that much. Shane Morris said we missed the super earlier, guys. Yo, I apologize. I didn't see it. But if you want to copy and paste it and tell me this is the super I missed, I'll read it. But I'm on StreamYard. It's harder to see the supers on StreamYard.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? It's a little harder to see it.
Shane Morris. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
Yeah, if you could find it for me.
Okay. Shane Morris said, looking forward to Washington. Appreciate the super chat, brother.
What time?
Super chat. 9:06.
So
12:06.
12:06.
Looking forward to Washington. What do you think will be the X factor for us? Carr should know Del Rio's defense, and any news on Waller?
I don't have no news on Waller. But as far as the X factor, I think based on yesterday's game, the X factor to me is the same as it's going to be. Keep Derek Carr clean.
Yeah.
Like we already seen with Derek Carr not having to throw the ball from his back and not having to. Even yesterday, there was a couple plays where he had to like spike the ball almost because he turned his back, and when he turned play side, it was somebody in his face. Like Derek Carr is not gonna get a lot of credit for some of the little things he did. He'll get a lot of credit for the passes and the PIs, but he made little plays in the pocket that really saved us from turning the ball over or giving up really bad field position. But to me, the X factor to continue to be keeping Derek Carr clean, which is like that's an umbrella, right? So it's really the offensive line is the X factor because you got to keep Derek Carr clean. You got to be able to run the ball. To me, but what do you think?
I say every single week the same thing nearly, and I just want this run game to start. We got a first-round running back. He needs to develop some type of run game. He hasn't had 100-yard rushing game this year. This is what frustrates me. I've been saying it for a long time. We aren't built to just go out there and pass it every single time. And the stat literally shows we're 6-0 when our quarterback throws for over 300 yards. That isn't sustainable. And I've been saying this since week 2, 3. I've been saying this since the beginning of the season. And I'll support our quarterback. But then everybody will get on me and be like, "Oh, you're it's a Colt, blah blah blah. You're a Carr stance, this, that, and the third." When we were winning, I was saying that it's not sustainable. He can't do this week in and week out. So when I was saying that, everybody was saying, "Oh, well, you know, da 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 da." And then now I'm a Carr stance. I'm a Colt. It's a Colt, and it's like, bro, it don't even make any sense. It doesn't make sense
it's
at
a
all.
Colt.
I literally said this is not sustainable. You can't depend on Carr to go out there every single week and do this. And then when he doesn't go out there and pass for 300 yards or 400 yards, then it's like, oh, well, he's not the guy. We need to trade him. We need to trade him and go get Russell Wilson. I mean, Russell Wilson is 3-7 right now. The last team Deshaun Watson was on was 4-12.
Yep.
So it's just crazy to me. Like it's not even I don't even want to talk about it, bro. I just want the team to be better. Other pieces of the team to be better. If we get rid of Carr, fuck it. I don't care. I'm done talking about it, bro. I'm done talking about it. Like it's this simple. I'm done. If we're going to replace him, okay, then let's replace him. But we still need a better offensive line. We still need to add wide receivers.
Facts.
And it's that simple. It's that simple. The thing with me, Hodge, is that I stick to my word.
Yeah.
Like even at the beginning of the season, all the way through, I stick to my word, bro.
Yeah.
I wanted, and I sent you that clip. I wanted a wide receiver, and what was that, week 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were talking about the damn draft, and I'm like,
I want to
take a wide receiver.
To be fair, I wanted a cornerback, so we need both of them shits. But yeah, we
no.
need a wide receiver.
But we both said we wanted D tackle, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, the first 2 rounds, what would you want? You said D tackle and potentially a corner.
Yep.
And I said D tackle and wide receiver.
Yep.
So it's not like I'm gonna sit here and change up. If I say at the beginning of the season, I think Derek Carr is a solid quarterback, and the team we have, we could win 9 games, 10 games. I haven't changed that whatsoever. But the people that hate Carr were the ones saying we'd have 12, 13 wins. So how would you have 12, 13 wins with a quarterback you think is garbage and sucks? That's who you want to trade in the middle of the season.
They're not gonna like you talking like that, Ray. They're not gonna like you talking like that.
So don't sit here and try to throw some weird shots behind the internet with not even a profile picture, bro. You just got a letter with your first initial of your name. You can't even do anything for yourself. So it's just sad when you come up here and you talk nonsense.
I feel
it's
you,
just
bro.
crazy.
I feel you, Ray. I keep saying it, and you know what's easy? It's easy to stick by your word and stick by your analysis when your word and analysis is based on like evidence, like based on actual things that exist, not based on things you feel. And I think that's why you can stand on your word, because everything you've done is based on what you see on the roster, what you see on our schedule, and things like that. So. Yeah, man, I give you credit, man. You was the only person talking about this wide receiver core.
Is this an excuse or not? It's not Josh Jacobs' fault. Our O-line is garbage. So is our O-line only garbage in the running game? I'm sorry, but is it only garbage in the running game?
No.
So are you telling me our offensive line is great at pass blocking, but it's terrible at run blocking?
Exactly.
And this is what I mean. If you're going to give an excuse, say it's an excuse for one person, but then call someone. So you guys are in the Josh Jacobs cult.
where you get this Colt shit from? Who said this shit? Who said it's a Colt?
This is the Josh Jacobs quote.
Hold on. We're gonna talk about that. Let me get this Super Bowl. National Raider, I'm with that. I don't mean I want him to look like Lamar, just get more mobile in general. Mahomes don't run a lot, but he gets out of the pocket. Yeah, but the thing is that your offensive line is taught how to block a certain pocket, right? Like You make a certain pocket, and the quarterbacks know how to move up and step up in the pocket. A lot of times when Derek Carr is getting pressure, there's not a pocket at all. There's nowhere for him to step up and really move to, and he's not fast enough to kind of get outside the tackles. So that's why he gets caught the way he does. Let me get this other super off. Payson, appreciate the super. Our fans been calling for more Mariota in the red zone and more D-Jags. What took Olsen so long to figure it out? I mean, Mariota was in for the red zone, I think, in the first half, and it looked like shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's assignment football with Mariota.
Yeah.
Mariota is going to be as good as the defense allows him to be, because there was 2 guys that was responsible for quarterback on the play he scored, and they both went with flow. Once they went with flow, Mariota broke contain. Once a defense plays and says, okay, when Mariota's in, I have quarterback no matter where the running back goes or where the ball goes, that Mariota shit's not going to work. And that's just coming from a defensive coordinator standpoint. That shit's not going to work anymore. It'll work as long as the defense is not playing assignment football, but there are guys on the field that are responsible for QB and zone read. If they have QB and they stick to their assignment, that Mariota's just not going to work. I think because they didn't do their job.
It'll be on us to adjust, though. I definitely, with that being said, I still want Mariota to come in.
I'm okay with that. I said it yesterday.
Some people won't, but I still want Mariota to come in. I still want him to have some plays out there. We've seen it work before. In the first play he came out, he got hurt, but it still was about a 40-yard run.
Well, you've seen it work with
run on third down. So you definitely want to see more of that. He comes into the red zone. We score. I know on the previous one, in the first one he did in the game, we didn't score, but the second one we did. And so that right there, I definitely want to see Mariota in the game in certain circumstances to be able to kind of open it up, definitely help that. And we'll have to adjust to your point. If there's a guy that's assigned on Mariota and the defense is starting to figure it out, that'll be on us to adjust. We're going to have to go ahead and play how we play, and then have a tight end leak out.
That's what I say. You get RPOs.
Put your head down. Exactly. Put your head down like you're gonna tuck the ball and run, pop up, jump over, and just toss it over to the guy, the offensive lineman. People been doing it all year on the other teams. Offensive linemen been catching touchdown, big men been out there all day. So we could put a guy out there, line him up like he's gonna block, and then Mariota puts his head down. So we'll just have to adjust.
Well, I'm pretty sure I saw Donald Penn catch a touchdown or 2 in my history.
Yes, most definitely. He's a couple, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To your point. Bro, our third down conversion was horrible. We kind of got lucky with penalties. Hope we can play cleaner. Yeah, absolutely. But sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And I agree. We did get bailed out a lot. Our third downs were still horrible. But it's all a look. I try to explain this to people. It's all a cause and effect, and it's all a snowball effect. Like, if you're not winning on first down, it's going to make third down conversions harder because they're third and longer, right? Like, understand, if we're not getting 4 yards on first down and that puts it in second and short, well, most times than not, you're going to have a third and long. It's not that easy in the NFL to keep completing third and longs unless you're going against the Raiders defense. Then all of a sudden it seems like easy to do. But for most NFL offenses, you're going to struggle in third and long. We don't win on first down enough, which is why, like me and Ray have been talking, we're going to have to go to a pass-first offense because it's the only way we're going to get yards on first down. It seems like as if we throw the ball. But you have to take the flip side of that is that if you throw the ball on first down, you're jeopardizing going 3 and out really quick. But if that first down is incomplete, it's second and 10, then you're back in the third and long, right? So, but the thing is, if we're not winning on first down on either side of the ball, we're not winning on first down by getting yards on first down on offense, and we're not holding teams to 2 yards on first downs on defense. We're not winning first down at all, which makes it hard for defenses when it's third and short, and it makes it hard for our offense when it's third and long. So winning first down is something that this team is just not doing on either side of the ball right now. So third down conversions are bad for offense, and it's also been bad for our defense, and that's the problem. We're not winning on first down. Damn, Ray, you come up on here and the show just gets smarter, bro. You come on the show, it just gets smarter, man. Pharaoh, I still don't want this coaching staff back next year. They're going to be gone. Yeah. I think Mayock is gone. I think everybody's gone. And if I miss a super, let me know because I'm at the bottom of my chat. I don't see no supers right now. But I think everybody's gone. What do you think, man? I think no matter how this team plays the rest of the season, I think Versace is not going to be the coach, and I think Gus Bradley is not going to be the coordinator on defense.
That's tough to say. I think not Mariota. I think Bradley is still defensive coordinator.
Even if we get a new head coach.
Well, I mean, if we go offensive minded head coach, I could see. I don't know. I could see. I miss
your super chat. God damn, Pharaoh.
I could see it's right there. What is that? 12-24.
Got you.
Yeah, 12-24. I can see us keeping Bradley if we bring in an offensive-minded guy, just because Bradley is only in his first year. He's building up his defense. He got Trayvon Merrick. We recruited most of these guys because of Bradley. If it wasn't for Bradley, we don't get Yannick. We don't get Casey Hayward, Perriman, Quentin Jefferson.
So do you give that credit to Gus, or do you give
Hobbs.
that to Mayock for spending the money to bring him, to get him?
No, definitely not.
So
I don't give no credit to Mayock at all whatsoever for any of that.
None of it. We're gonna give Mayock the credit of get rid of our offensive line. Fuck it.
Mayock. This is the thing. I feel like Mayock has poor player relationships. I don't like Mayock at all.
As a person, like
bro,
his personal.
I don't know what it is, but you got a problem with AB. Now AB is shipped out of here. You got a problem with Gabe Jackson and Rodney Hudson. You get them shipped out of here, and you're still paying them. And you had to go to litigation with AB, and it's just like, what is it with Mike Mayock? And I've heard other things about players not really getting along with Mayock. Yeah. So what is it about Mayock? I mean,
because Mayock is a get off my lawn type of guy.
Yeah,
like
that's what it seems like.
He's from a different era, and it's like my way or the highway. This is what we do over here. And he has. See, I'm one of those guys that's kind of like, when I coach football, this is how this is how we do it around here. But you have to understand that that's not going to work for everybody who you work with and who works for you or you work for. And sometimes you have to put your pride aside and adjust how you talk to people and how you handle things, even if you're just disguising, like, this is the bottom line is going to be here. This is what we're doing. But I have to disguise it to look like something else in order to get this result. You got to do that. Mike Mayock seems too much. My chest is out. This is how I run shit. It's my show. And you know what? You're going to be back on the NFL Network doing that show, because I think you're going to be up out of here with this.
Yeah.
Farrell, appreciate the super. Do y'all think DC struggle against too high safety because it's more on him or the team? Low-key Cowboys was good matchup for us. I don't know how to feel about this win. I feel happy about the win because it's a game we could have lost. It went to overtime. We won by a field goal. That we could have lost that game. So be happy that we had enough grit to win the game. As far as struggling against too high safety, I don't think it's that you struggle against too high safety from Derek Carr's standpoint, because obviously too high safety to me is going to either be cover 2 or cover 4. You could leak the safety down into the box, end up running a cover 3 or something like that. But at the end of the day, it's different. You have to have better receivers to beat the zone. In my opinion, if it's one-on-one, I could throw a 50-50 ball and we have a shot. It's going to be a penalty. It's going to be a catch or incompletion. When you're thrown into a too high safety, look, first of all, it could be regular 2. It could be Tampa 2. It could be 2 under, which means you have a corner playing man under the receiver and a safety on top. That's also harder to fit the ball in when you don't have a receiver getting enough separation to get you that spacing. So I think our wide receivers, as limited as they are, they have a better chance of winning in a one-on-one jump ball than they're going to have in winning with a too high safety look, just for now. I think the offense could come up with certain plays to attack the middle of the field, because that's where you want to go with the ball. If it's too high safety, you want to attack the middle. But then you get that Tampa 2 look where it's too high safeties, and then you drop the middle linebacker into center field, and now it's really almost a 4-deep look. And those could cause problems for people, especially if you don't have go-to guys. Like you had an Odell Beckham Jr. that can run across the middle. You've seen Renfro down the middle of the field yesterday. I think the Raiders have to do a better job of pre-snap getting into the right calls against too high safety looks, and I think they'll be okay with it. But I think yesterday's matchup definitely benefited us. I definitely think the Cowboys had a bad game plan based on thinking they were going to rattle Derek Carr, and I think they fed right into his strong points to us, which is get the ball out quick. Get the ball out quick to your receivers, get them the ball in space, let them make plays, and I think that definitely helped us to get the victory yesterday.
I think DC is fine against too high defense.
Yeah,
I think he is. He literally set a record for highest passing percentage completion against a too high safety when he played the Eagles.
Yeah.
Today they play too high safety a lot of times. The Bengals play too high safety as well.
But I will say with too high safeties, he's not going to. And if you're saying he had the completion percentage where it was like 31-34 against too high safeties, I will say that a too high safety look is going to force you to throw the ball underneath. So I think for my point is what I was saying is more, you're not going to be able to take those shots downfield as much with a too high safety look.
Yeah, I just agree. I'm just talking about a performance of the quarterback.
For sure.
But it's where he also says, is it on him or the team? I think it's still on Carr though. It's still on Carr.
Yeah, we agree. We agree.
It's still on Carr. It doesn't matter if it's one court. If it's oops, my fault. It doesn't matter if it's one safety up there. If it's two, it depends on Carr at that point where he's going to figure it out at that point. Yeah. He's going to dictate based on the defense. You feel me? What he wants to do, where he wants to go, what play to call, not call, but check into if he has to make audible. You understand? And at that point, I don't think it matters because we've seen him play against one high, two. Shit, the Bengals had 3 safeties at one point. 3.
But that's how. But don't forget. That's how Derek Carr got confused against the Bengals when Zay Jones is running wide open. Everybody's showing that clip because he thought it was actually going to be a different coverage than it was. And that's what I was saying to the point of Dallas yesterday. Dallas didn't disguise anything. They just literally lined up on the line of scrimmage and was like, yo, we're going to send this many guys at you every play. And like, we think we're better than you guys. And we're going to get to you before you can get to us. And I think it backfired on them because their corners weren't good enough to actually play man-to-man. At least, what's his name? Anthony Brown. Who that dude over there? What was that dude over there?
Yeah, Anthony Brown.
He was getting smoked, bro. He looked like Damon Arnett out that bitch.
yeah. I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. It was a good game. But my thing is, why we score over 30 points and we're in overtime?
You know
why? We did it against the Ravens. We did it against the Dolphins, and then we did it a third time yesterday. The fact that we have to go out there and put up 30 points and still go to overtime, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, and for the people that I see Everett in the chat saying that win felt like a loss, it feels like a loss only to people that don't want to accept what this team is. It don't feel like a loss to me because I don't expect the defense to be that damn good. And we're 11 games into the season, and you guys are somehow surprised. This defense is not that good. Are they better than they were last year? Probably, yes, they are. Right? Because they seem to be at least on the same page when they're failing. Even though they're failing, they're at least all on the same page doing it. And some of the players look better doing it. But at the end of the day, they're giving up a ton of yards, whether it's usually running. Yes, they didn't give up a lot of running yards, but I think that's because Dak was able to throw for 400 yards on us. I mean, we gave up 500 yards to Kansas City, a team that was supposed to be struggling, right? We had Jalen Hurts looking decent. Joe Burrow was able to kind of do what he wanted to do with us. So when you think about the defense in terms of, don't look at, they only gave up 3 points. I keep saying this. Every drive shouldn't give up 3 points. No. But somehow you guys have accepted the bar is so low that, at least they didn't score, so the defense did their job. No, the job of the defense is to not give up any points. Mm-hmm. To not give up any points. As a defensive coordinator, I always ask my coach, hey, how many points I need to give them? How many points is it going to take for the offense to win this game? Sometimes it's 17, sometimes it's 10, and your job is to hold them to that, right? So at the end of the day, we're watching our defense and say, at least they only gave up 3 points there. Yeah, but they gave up 3 points and took 7 minutes off the clock. That's not good enough. Yeah. That's not good enough because those 7 minutes, we could have got our possession. We could have got a touchdown. We could have got a field goal, especially when you're talking about our offense is struggling the way it was. Well, then you got to put even more responsibility on the defense. And some of you guys are not doing that. What you're doing is putting more responsibility on Derek Carr, even though he has the harder time with the offensive line, the no running game, the lack of weapons on the outside, now with Darren Waller being hurt. But yet, instead of putting more pressure on the defense to get stops and hold teams to 20 points because our offense can't seem to score, you guys are still saying, the defense did their job. How the fuck can you say the defense did their job when they're giving up as many third downs as they are? When they're giving up as many points as they are? Missing as many tackles as they are? I know you like the defense because it's better than it was last year, but come on now, call a spade a spade. Just because it's better than last year don't make it that much, don't mean it's that good. And it's not that good.
And this is for me personally, if we have a good defense, this is what I wanted to see. In that last drive, I expected Crosby or Yannick to sack Dak Prescott. That's what I expected. Close the game. It's that simple. Close that game, but we couldn't close the game. That's what I wanted to see. We ended up letting them get back into the game, and they ended up scoring points, and we went into overtime. That's unacceptable. We shouldn't have to be going into overtime if we put up 30 points. We put up 30 points, and we're going into overtime. Why? I just need an explanation. Why are we going into overtime after putting 30 points up?
Why is Robert Penna saying they were above average this game? I hope you're not talking about the defense. Our defense was not above average.
Bro, 33 points.
Our defense was not above average. The thing that saved us on our defense is Dak Prescott didn't have a great game, and Dak Prescott didn't have his 2 starting wide receivers. Like Dak Prescott would have had Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, they still be wide open. Like there was no possible way. I don't think we were going to be able to stop Dallas if the fact that it went into overtime with Gallup and BD Lamb, because they didn't have CeeDee Lamb. They had another motherfucker look like him. They had BD Lamb out there. There's no way you're telling me that Hayward and Faison would have been able to stop CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, in my opinion. So I don't want to hear they was above average. We were playing a team that wasn't healthy at all. They were below their requirements to be a good team yesterday, and it still took us 5 quarters to beat them.
Yep.
Come on now, guys. Come on now. Come on now. Y'all giving y'all, like I said in my video, y'all giving this defense a pass.
Yep.
Y'all giving this defense a pass. Ahmed, appreciate the super. Why are you blaming Mayock for Gruden's bad draft picks and free agent pickups? Gruden had all the power in the organization. I think we blame both.
Okay. If you say that, then wouldn't you say that we should be losing the rest of the rest of the season if he was in control of everything?
Yeah.
It's like cutting the head off the snake. At this point, it's like we should be hopeless because he was controlling everything.
Yeah.
Like, what are we even saying here, bro? You're telling me that Mike Mayock had no say whatsoever on deciding who we brought in. Like, come on, man. Y'all act like people didn't walk up to Gruden and say, "Hey, watch the tape on this guy. He looks great." Like, we hear it all the time in the pressers, man. Like, come on. So if you're gonna blame Gruden, then go ahead and blame Gruden. Y'all want to keep Mayock, then let's go ahead and keep Mayock. What do you want to do? Y'all want to keep Mayock, but y'all want to get rid of Carr and then draft a quarterback, and then what? Like, I just don't understand the long term. I just don't understand the long-term plan for this team when we start making decisions.
I don't think there is one.
I feel like a lot of decisions that are made are on impulse or based on emotion that aren't based on football. And it's just like, oh, well, I just feel this way, so I want to do this right now. And it's like, okay, but what's your plan? What do you plan on doing?
Yeah.
Like, is that simple? Oh, you think you're going to get Aaron Rodgers? That motherfucker don't want to play here. I'm sorry.
Who would want to play here after all the stuff that's been going on?
He has Devontae. Hold on. He has Devontae Adams. I had someone literally write me and say Darren Waller and Aaron Rodgers would be the deadliest combo in the league. So you're telling me Darren Waller or Devontae Adams? Who are you going to pick?
Yeah.
Give me a break. Like, this shit don't make no damn sense to me.
No, but the thing is, the only player that wants to play for the Raiders is fucking Derek Carr. Derek Carr is the only one that wants to play here.
I don't know. I don't get it, bro. Like, the thing is, I'm a fucking Raider fan. Like, I'm a Raider fan, bro. This team has been losing for how long?
But no, you're not. You're not a Raider fan.
People will try to call for your fandom, like, bro, because you defend the quarterback on your team. Like, you defend the fucking quarterback on your team, bro.
Bro,
it's a quarterback on our team.
No, and he's a pretty damn good one too. At that,
and like, what are we supposed to do? So you would rather come to a show that bashes your quarterback all fucking day long and watch that shit
until he win, and then what's that show like?
And then every time he loses, you're gonna say you want him gone, but then when he wins, you're gonna be like, oh,
what is this cult shit? I keep saying.
Yeah, people keep saying cool. Like,
but no,
okay.
But like, the thing is,
it's weird.
No. You got to put an asterisk next to your fandom because you're a Raiders fan, but you also have a fully functional brain. All right, so like you gotta look. We're never gonna understand the backlash that we get for supporting the quarterback that's on our team. Like
I'm not a real fan because I support the quarterback on my team. I don't know, bro. This is their brain. Like, y'all gotta stop drinking alcohol. I think that's what it is. I think it's the alcohol that be getting to y'all.
Nah, they smoking that K2. Yo, Rick Glenn, appreciate the super. I agree. I wish Raider Nation would hold Gus Bradley defense to the same level of responsibility as they are holding DC to. I don't know if that's your honest opinion or your humble opinion. But yeah, I agree, man. I agree. I just think that it's easy to me. I think that it's easy to blame Derek Carr because we have sucked for pretty much 8 years straight, and Derek Carr has been the same guy for 8 years, right? And it's been a different coach. It's been different receivers. It's been this, it's been that. But at the end of the day, until in those 8 years, when did you really see a team that you felt like was the quarterback away from being a playoff team or a Super Bowl team? It's never been in the offseason. You know what? We're a quarterback away from being good. Last year, we needed not only a new defensive coach, we needed a whole new fucking defense. right? The year before that, we didn't need one new receiver. We needed a whole new receiving core. So we went and got Henry Ruggs when you should have got someone else. We got Brian Edwards. We went and got Lynn Bowden, who was a quarterback, and we said we was going to play him at wide receiver or joker or whatever the situation is. The year before that, it's always been other issues. Some other teams you could see, oh, that team is a linebacker away from being good. This team is a wide receiver away from being good. This team are multiple things away from being a bona fide playoff team. And one of those things we're away from is not a quarterback, because I asked everybody wanted Russell Wilson. I talked about it yesterday in my live or 2 days ago in my live, and people were telling me, well, Russell Wilson's not winning this year because he was hurt and he don't have an offensive line. I said, well, damn, that sounds like an excuse to me, because Derek Carr don't got an offensive line. So let me get this straight. Russell Wilson is the better quarterback. Agree. Let's say we agree. Russell Wilson is a better quarterback, but can't win with a better defense, better wide receivers, and yet he's going to come here with a worse line, worse receivers, no running game, worse defense, and somehow he's going to win here? If he can't win there with a better team and he's already better, how can he win here? You're muted, Ray. Ray, you're muted.
Who's a better head coach, Rich Bisaccia or Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll.
Okay. All right. I'm done with the conversation. I mean, how fucking stupid can you be?
Yeah, when you use logic, the
thing is though, I'm doing fan chats now. Or I mean, I'm doing fan sessions now. Like I do it to where I'll bring you up to the stream and we could talk and debate. Because people that be in the chat, I'm like, okay, if you want to pull it to my stream, to my chat, okay, we finna do this on the screen. I'm finna have you looking foolish. Because trust me, we the people 707. Look, brother, look. I don't know what you've been watching, but this man said the Bears are a quarterback away from being a solid team. They go on and draft Justin Fields, and they've had their worst season in probably the last 4 seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't even make fucking sense, bro. You must be from Fairfield and not Vallejo, because something ain't right there. Take the 707 out your name, brother.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know some of these fools, man. Yo, AJ Simpson, appreciate the super. Carr is not the problem. He just needs more help. What do you guys think is a realistic way to improve our receiving core next year? I mean, Ray, you come on, man. Just let them know. I don't like. What do you mean? What's the realistic? What do you mean? What's the realistic way to improve?
This fan base is so used to being bad that mediocrity is like, oh, okay, yeah, we got something mediocre, so we got to make that shit work. Blah blah, motherfucker. You realize if you think Josh Allen's better than Derek Carr, why the fuck the Bills ship out Zay Jones and he wasn't doing shit with Josh Allen?
Yeah,
and then they go get Stephon Diggs. Answer that question for me.
Yeah,
like I'm dead serious, bro. The Bills get rid of Zay Jones if he was that good. Why they trading for the low draft picks? Go trade for Stephon Diggs. When they got Josh Allen, why didn't he do something with Zay Jones? Why didn't he? Why was Nelson Aguilar good on the Raiders, but he's been straight quiet, straight ass in New England?
Yeah, and I think
why did Jared Cook have his best season with the Raiders?
Oh my God! Listen, I don't even want to go back there.
Why didn't Michael Crabtree have his best years with the Raiders?
You make it too much sense.
Hold on.
You make it too much sense.
Why Amari Cooper's stats exactly the fucking same? If you add up his first 3 years with the Raiders compared to his years with the Cowboys, they'll be the same. Why is that? I'm just trying to figure this out. You ain't never gonna figure it out. That's all I'm saying. So,
but to answer the question, you got to draft. You can either draft or bring in a free agent. That's
for those. Carr's not the problem. He just needs more help. What do you guys think realistic way to improve our receiving core next year? You go get proven fucking talent. Quit drafting. Don't draft a wide receiver in the first round. No, you go get a proven wide receiver that's a legit proven wide receiver. You can't sit here and trade away an Amari Cooper and then wait hella long and then draft the Ruggs and then he faces prison time and then be like, oh, well, we still have weapons. No. Bro, if we had Amari Cooper and Ruggs, that's weapons. Yeah. That is what you call weapons. That's why the fucking Cowboys were getting excuses when CeeDee Lamb and Cooper were out.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? What are we even thinking about right now, brother?
I'll tell you what we think about right here. This is what we think about. Let's just agree Carr is average and move on.
Okay, if Carr is average, then why does he have to put up 300 points just for us to, or 300 yards
if Carr is average, why do you expect him to do above average shit?
Exactly. Like, bro, like, okay, if Carr's average, forget it. I'm not even talking about Carr. Carr's average at this point. Can we depend on our run game to win us games?
No.
Can we depend on the defense to close games and
No.
keep it and win games for us?
No.
Okay, that's it. That's all I'm done.
Nope.
I'm done.
Nope.
The offensive line is ass though, right? Because Josh Jacobs can't rush.
Offensive line is terrible.
Okay, I
gotta have my man on here. I gotta have my man Sanjeet come through though. We gotta put a line together, bro. We gotta get. I know Sanjeet's busy. Congratulations on the new addition. But I gotta get you on the show, man, because I need to understand this shit.
Bro, Amari, this man said, I mean, okay. Amari Cooper.
I missed it.
Okay. The one JP TV, your TV's broken, bro. That one you got, that one JP TV you got.
Amari is trash, and that he was on the 2016 team. Who was on that 2016? That wasn't Amari, right? Amari was later.
Yeah, it was Cooper, Michael Crabtree, Seth Roberts, and our tight end was Walford, I think.
Oh my god.
Where's Seth Roberts at after he left the Raiders? What about Walford? What about Walford?
Fuck it. You gotta be, I tell you right now, I'm putting together my first episode of Caping for Carr. I need you to be my first guest, bro. You gotta be my first guest.
Let's get it in.
I'm letting you know right now, we dropping episode 1, season 1, episode 1, Caping for Carr. Well, look, we're gonna bring all the facts. So that'll be the show. We'll bring y'all on. And y'all can have your debates.
And this is my thing. People say, oh, well, rebuild. So you're telling me if we get rid of Carr, it's a rebuild? Think about that. Think about that logic. So you get rid of one player, just a quarterback, and it's a rebuild. Why the Rams get rid of that quarterback? It's no rebuild.
No, it's plug and play.
Exactly. Why? How come the Niners could draft a quarterback? It's not a rebuild. The Bears could draft a quarterback. That ain't a rebuild. Yeah. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
We're going to talk about it on season 1.
The thing is, we get rid of Derek Carr, and it's a rebuild. Everybody's like, oh, fucking rebuild it. Motherfucker, what are we going to rebuild? What are we going to rebuild? All you would literally do, this is what people in people's minds are like, get rid of Derek Carr, get a new quarterback, that's a rebuild.
No, it's not.
I'm like, what? This dude, the one JP, you need to definitely go see a doctor.
Nah, you gotta stop smoking that Sherm, bro.
You need to go see a doctor. He said Walford was good.
Okay, here we go. I'm moving on from that, bro. I'm not doing it, bro, because I lose brain cells fucking with them. I may appreciate the super. I don't want to get rid of Carr, but fire Mag without letting him have the power of a real GM, and going through another change makes no sense. Look, at the end of the day, I don't know what's in the future for Mayock, but I think just like Mayock said, if there's a position we can improve on, we're going to improve it. I think we can improve from Mike Mayock. That's it. Some of y'all think we can improve from Derek Carr. Well, shit, I think we can improve from Mike Mayock. I think we can improve from Gus Bradley. I think we can improve from Bisaccia. So all I'm saying is that I'm not saying anybody deserves to lose their job. I never would say put somebody out of work like that unless it was Paul Gunther. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm not saying that Mike Mayock should be let go. All I'm saying is that if there's a possibility of upgrading that position where who me and Raid agree on could be Louis Riddick, I think you have to do that. If you can upgrade from Gus Bradley and bring in somebody who's a proven go after, like I'm not saying Rex Ryan, but that type of defense where it's like we're putting pressure on the quarterback and we're going to draft cornerbacks and bring DBs in here who can cover, keep some type of plaster on these receivers. I think you do that. I think the days of bend but don't break doesn't work in this NFL because it's not run, pass anymore. It's pass. Eventually your shit is going to break if you can't get to the quarterback and you can't guard, period. So I think if you can upgrade from Mayock, you do it. Not saying he deserves to get fired, but if you can upgrade him, you got to upgrade him, period. Yep. You sent the Super Kenny Raiders?
Yeah, he said that 12, your time, 12:48.
Yeah, StreamYard be bugging, bro.
12:48.
I got you.
Exactly. If we could upgrade, we could upgrade, but it has to be smart. And I think, and the thing is, when it comes to certain positions, it's just not that easy to upgrade, right? It's not that easy to upgrade because if we wanted to upgrade from Carr, why didn't we go get Cam Newton? Why didn't we go get Ryan Tannehill? Why didn't we get Matthew Stafford? I'm just curious. Why didn't we go get these guys when they were available? I mean, because they're so good on the other teams and shit like that. Why weren't you saying we need to go get Tannehill? Y'all want to go get Tannehill? Yeah. Should we go get a guy like Tannehill? Maybe we should go get Taylor Heineke if he's available.
Yeah, but the thing is that you can't upgrade from a person if you don't upgrade the situation around them. You take somebody who's poor and getting in trouble in the hood and send him to the suburbs, but he's still poor. Lord, he's still gonna find a way to get in trouble. Like you gotta have the circumstances around him to benefit as well. You can't just say we're gonna upgrade from Derek Carr and we're gonna bring in a new quarterback. But if you don't upgrade the situation around him, which would be the O-line, the lack of running game, the lack of weapons, the lack of getting off the field on third downs on defense, that quarterback is still not going to find the success that you think he's going to find. We have to upgrade the situation around Carr more than we need to upgrade Carr. Like that, yeah. It's just obvious to me. Kenny Raiders, good win.
I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Good win. We like our toast Brown, Anthony Brown. All right. No wonder you wanted me to go back. You out here with jokes. That's what it is. Yeah, he was getting bullied yesterday. He was getting bullied. But we can't upgrade from Derek Carr and think that that's going to solve our problems, because the issues are more than just Derek Carr. The issues are the things around Derek Carr more than it's Derek Carr. And it's been that way for Carr's entire career. I would argue that our records would be worse without Derek Carr. I think Derek Carr has found a way to make us 8-8. We weren't 8-8 because of detriment to Derek Carr. We were 8-8 because Derek Carr willed us those wins. We weren't 7-9 because of Derek Carr. Have we lost to the Chiefs because of Derek Carr? Yeah. Have we lost to the Giants and the Jets because of Derek Carr? Yes. But overall in those seasons, just like we weren't 12-3 because our defense was good in 2016. We was 12-3 because Derek Carr got that shit done in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 12-3 because he was injured.
Yeah.
Because obviously we lost when we didn't have Derek Carr the last game and in the playoffs. No. So we weren't 12-3 because anything other than the fact Derek Carr was getting it done.
Motherfuckers burnt out on here, man. People burnt the hell out.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't even know. I honestly, I don't even know what to say anymore about the team. I'm just glad we got the W. I do want to see more improvements, though. Definitely want to see more improvements. Carr's an average quarterback. Let's just put it this way. Carr's an average quarterback, so everybody around him needs to step the fuck up.
So
that's simple. Carr can't win us. Carr can't win us the game. So Jacobs needs to step up. He's a first-round draft pick. He needs to step up. Tom Cable needs to fix this offensive line so we can start running the football, because Carr isn't going to get it done for us. He's average. He's not that good. So with that right there, wouldn't it make sense for the coaches to be like, we need to figure out how to win games a different way? So the defense needs to get 3 and outs. The defense needs to get turnovers, and the run game needs to turn up, because the run game is ranked 30th in the league right now. For those who don't know, like this run game with the running back that we drafted in the first round, 2 offensive linemen we drafted in the first round, that run game, that strong, blah, blah, blah. That's 30th in the league, but we're top 5 in passing right now. So I mean, I'm not sure how you kind of compute that in your brain. I'm not sure how you compute that in your brain. But yeah, most definitely, Carr's average. Jacobs, Jacobs is the guy. We need to get him the ball more, and we just need to figure it out without Carr. And at this point, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, average quarterback somehow leads the NFL in yards. His first 8 years with 30,000. The only quarterback in Raiders history to do some of the stuff he's doing. The most comebacks since he's been in the league. Somehow that's what, like, if you put all those accomplishments together, I don't think on the other side of that you would say, is that an average quarterback, above average, below average, top tier? If you took the name off of the stats and just presented the stats, I don't think anybody in their right mind would say that that's an average quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm just trying to be transparent. I'm gonna be devil's advocate for the rest of this time being, because
I mean, you might as well, bro.
Because look, people are saying stuff like, "Oh, well, Carr is slightly above average. He's not elite though. Derek Carr is a good quarterback that needs to play great to win."
What?
I can't even make this up, bro.
No, bro.
I can't make it.
Hold on. Let me get. Farrell, appreciate the Superman. The positive is Mark Davis has a whole lot of time to find the best candidates, coaching, front office before any team. MD wants to win. No rebuild. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what that front office is going to do. We still got a lot of football to play. I think a lot of fans in here and in other chats are definitely going to be looking different. I think the Raiders go and beat Washington, right? So now you're talking about 2 games in a row, 7-5. You're holding your destiny in your own hands. I don't know how much rebuilding talk is going to happen if the Raiders find a way to sneak into the playoffs. But then it'll be another reason that Derek Carr, he got us to the playoffs, but he couldn't get it done. And so there'll just always be something else.
Bro. I'm gonna be weak as fuck, bro. Because at the beginning of the season, I still stuck to it, bro. Even through all this bullshit, I stuck to it. 9 to 10 wins, we go to the playoffs in the wild card spot. I stuck to it the whole fucking way, bro. Never changed up none of my shit. None of my shit. Still say the offensive line trash. Still want a wide receiver. Still think the wide receivers is ass. I've never changed up my shit, brother. And it's just irritating because I see so many people flip-flop, change this and the third, say we're going to win 12, 13 games.
Bitch, where?
Then get to the middle of the season and want to blow the whole team up. And it's like, bro, I'm so glad. It just shows that you don't know nothing about football, that you're blinded by Raiders fandom and the fact that we've been losing so long, you let your emotions get to you to make irrational decisions. And that's basically what it is. And that's all it is, brother. That's all it is. Just because you lose isn't an excuse to blow up the whole team. Like you have to realize you have to take a step back and look like, oh, okay.
And you can't ignore
wrong.
You can't ignore the problems.
I seen brother over here was saying, EC, brother, I see you folks. He says our 29th ranked run D held Zeke and Pollard to 64 yards yesterday.
I mean, I
said our run offense. I didn't say defense.
Yeah.
I was saying our run.
Yeah, but how many games
is ranked 30th? I'm not talking on Josh Jacobs. I'm not talking about our defense.
Yeah, but look, check this out. Let me read this real quick. Carr's better than average. Shake my head, bro. Clown. Appreciate the super dondo. But again, it's like you'll say Derek Carr had one good game, right? We'll get rid of the 5 other games he had that was good, and some of those other games that we lost that he played well. But you'll say Derek Carr won one game yesterday. Who cares? And then you'll argue that the 29th ranked defense held Ezekiel to 64 yards or both of them to 64 yards. And what you have to look at it is like, if we're ranked 29th, bro, one game ain't going to change that shit. So you feel comfortable with the 29th ranked defense just because yesterday it worked? And it only worked yesterday because Dak had to throw the ball more than they usually want to. Dak had to throw the ball a lot. And Dak missing his wide receivers really changed the game for us.
Bro, I'm fucking telling you, bro, this man is missing wide open wide receivers. If that was fucking Carr, Dak is out of there. Dak is out of Dallas. Dak needs to get fired. They need to cut him, but they're paying him $40-something million a year. And he out there missing wide open wide receivers. Ezekiel Elliott fired.
He looked a little shook. Dak looked a little shook under the pressure yesterday with the blitzing and so I don't know if anybody gonna say he's scared. But Alexander, appreciate the super. I can't with these fans. I sent it to you, Honcho, that guy that said our kicker won that game yesterday. I didn't realize our kicker kicked a 100-yard field goal. Yeah, people gonna say that, man. People gonna say that. People going to do all kind of stuff, man. But it's just like the real people with logic understand that it's 4 quarters and there's different plays that set up other plays. And there's a lot going into that game. Derek Carr was the reason we won that game yesterday, period. Because the field goal kicker shouldn't have had to win the game if the defense had just did their job. Every time the defense gave up something, Derek Carr answered, period. And that's what it was going to take. How many times is Derek Carr going to have to pick himself up off the mat after getting knocked down to will us to a victory? Like, how many more times can you put that on an average quarterback? How many more games can you put on the back of an average quarterback, the entire offense, to make the audibles, call the plays, get receivers open, get the running game going, be mobile in the pocket, not fumble when he gets hit from the blind side? How much more responsibility can you put on an average quarterback? Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't know. And my brother said yesterday, my brother's a Dallas fan, and I'm watching the game at his house for Thanksgiving. Shout out to my bro. He said the thing with Derek Carr is the fan base just keeps moving the goalposts. They just keep moving the goalposts. It's like once you guys set the bar for Derek Carr and he excels or exceeds it, you guys just move the goalposts further back for him. And it's like no matter what Derek Carr does, you'll always find a way that he could be better.
They always got to move the goalpost. You have to move. They move the goalpost. It's like this is where it is right here, and then we meet that expectation, and then they move it back further.
They got to
move it back further, and it's like okay, but what about like Josh Jacobs? Like I don't even. The thing is that frustrates me the most is I won't even talk about Carr, and I'll just go straight to talking about man. Our run game isn't the same. Like we need to step it up, ball, and then someone will come out of nowhere and be like, well, if Derek Carr were to be better in the pass and were to convert third downs, then he'd be better runner. And I'm like, yo, bro, like.
And you know what sucks? Sucks?
We run on first and second fucking down.
You know what sucks about that, bro? It's like sometimes we ain't even trying to defend Derek Carr, but y'all criticize him so much, you force us to talk about him.
Exactly,
like,
bro.
You force us to talk about him.
Bro, exactly. I be talking about some whole other shit. Like, yo, like the fact that our run, like I said, I'll talk about the run game, and then someone will just pop up and be like,
"That's what I'm saying." I know,
but we need a Carr can't pass, and we need a pass to open up the run. Like,
That's what I'm saying. When you said that, that's what make me say that, because it's like all the time I'll come up on here and I'll say something about the defense and they'll be like, well, if Derek Carr could extend the plays and stay on the field longer, it's like, bro, but I'm talking about the defense. Now you're gonna make me defend Derek Carr and then tell me I'm caping for him. It's like, don't bring the motherfucker up.
Yes, bro. Exactly.
Stop bringing him up.
It's like the moment you say anything about anything on the rest of the team, the excuse is Carr.
No, as soon as the fucking, soon as my shit say live, you're live. Yo, Carr should have did be like, oh my God, bro. I wasn't going to talk about Sunday today. Risky Productions, appreciate the Superman. If we lose in the second round, what happens next? We go to fuck home and somebody will find a way to blame Derek Carr. But let's just win our next game. I ain't worried about the second round. Let's win. Let's beat Washington, and let's just keep taking these steps. Like I said, I don't know if we beat Dallas with that performance if they had Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, because it didn't look like we could guard a graveyard yesterday back there. Motherfuckers running wide open. Open, man. Casey Hayward got beat even on plays where they wasn't wide open. They were still catching shit. So I don't know. But yo, I've been on here for over 2 hours, man. I'm about to get up out of here because I got to cut the Wi-Fi back on for these kids, man. It sucks because 450 people still in the chat. Make sure you hit the likes. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, subscribe. If you're not subscribed to Ray's channel, make sure you subscribe. He been holding out on that all 22 footage from me, but you know what I mean? He got to get it how he get it. What you about to say?
No, you were talking about holding out, motherfucker. You don't even pull up.
Bitch, send me the clips.
That motherfucker don't even pull up. You talking about he's holding out.
I want to break down the footage too. Send me the fucking clips, man.
The motherfucker don't pull up. I'm like,
this shit like paid in full, bro. Alpo and Rich Porter, bro. You lying about them bricks.
But look, this is something I wanted to bring up though.
Okay.
It's 3 minutes and 41 seconds left in the game. And we're up by 8 points.
Yeah.
The Cowboys have the ball on their own 31-yard line.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all I have to say.
Yep.
You got 3.5 minutes left. The Cowboys got it on their 31-yard line. It's 30-22. It's 30-22.
Yep.
With 3.5 minutes left, and Dallas has the ball on their own 30-yard line, and we can go into overtime. I'm just trying to figure something out.
Ain't nothing to figure out, bro.
Give me a break.
Ain't nothing to figure out. The one JPTV, Washington has a good defense. Don't sleep. Nah, man, it sounds like you need some sleep. Go to sleep. Take a dirt nap for a little bit. Come back, because the shit you talking, it just don't make no damn sense. Jeff Henders, appreciate it. DC, 20-second comeback win. Not bad for an average QB. Facts. That's what we're here to talk about. But, yo, we about to slide up out of here. Like I said, appreciate Ray for showing up. I think anytime he joins any show, the show gets smarter. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter. Hit him up on his membership, all that shit, man. Go support the young boy. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Subscribe to the channels if you haven't already. This was dope, man. I'm glad you texted me, because I would have never even fucking known you was trying to pull up. But yeah, man. We gotta get this Cape for Carr episode 1 going, yo, and bring some people on here and have these debates. Yo. I think that shit'll be fire.
That shit, it would be, because I'm trying to put people in the dirt. Let's get it. Let's go. I swear, bro. I got a feeling people don't want to come up.
Now they gonna come up. They ain't gonna keep that same energy though. They're gonna be smiling and like, "Nah, you right," but I was just thinking, all right, motherfucker.
I'm ready for that though, man. I'm ready.
It's a little different when the camera on you.
That's why I got to do. That's why I got to do them chat shows. Put the people up on the chat. Go ahead. If you want to debate with me, brother, let's get it. I love it.
Sleep softly.
The thing is, though, I just hate how it divides us. That's it, bro. I just hate how a guy can be like, I don't like Derek Carr, and then he won't like you as a fellow Raider fan just because of that. And it's like, bro, that's weird. Like, can we just talk about football and disagree on football you got to be able to argue.
You got to be able to argue out of reason and not passion. And some people just argue out of passion based on how they feel. And it's like, when I tell you your feelings are wrong, you get upset. Like, I don't get upset when you tell me my points are wrong if your argument is based on facts. You know what I'm saying? But Lewis, appreciate the super Raiders. On to the next one. My camera about to die, so I'm about to fade to black right now. Spotlight's in the chat. Shout out to Spotlight, yo. We'll get him on the show too, because I know he be rocking with Carr. But y'all gotta be out, man. Until the next time, as always. Oh, don't forget Black Friday sale, RaiderHoncho.com, 40% off. Go pick up some shit from now until Saturday. Slit like that. Until the next time, man. Raider Honcho out.